Hello and welcome once again to the FwdCompatible podcast. This is episode 75, part 2 for July 14th, 2013. My name's Tony and I'm joined, as always, by my fellow podcasters, Jason and Mark.
Yes, he fucked it up because he said Jason and Mark on part 1. Yes!
And I'm joined by my fellow podcasters, Mark and Jason.
Jason, Mark.
Jark.
Mason.
And our vice host, Brian.
Jark's here.
Hello.
Jark's
How's everybody
here.
doing? This, of course, is part 2. If you have yet not done so, please do click out or pause the video and check out part 1, or feel free to do it afterwards. It really matters not where
listening to audio.
where we
They can't really click out, but they have to re-download.
So what if they're listening to audio? You said click out of the video.
or pause. You sluts.
I see how
Where
this
we
is gonna
cover
go.
where we cover
Abusive.
news and now that we're on fucking video, there's just you're gonna see all the slapping that happens. Where we cover news and reader questions. Mark, reader questions.
Yes?
That's my Gmail.
.com.
Yeah.
What was the first part?
What?
What was the first part again?
But this, of course, is part 2, where we cover
An intellectual conversation about games.
Tony's topic of the week. This week, we're going to try something a little different. It was a little slow, and in all honesty, I'm using a filler. These are
So it's gonna suck. That's what he's saying.
These are some topics that I had in the bank, if you will.
Money in the bank.
For a rainy day such as today, I have several of
Is
these.
it raining?
Yes. In the world of Tony, a topic of the week, it is hailing.
Is raining.
It is
Hailing.
raining.
It's raining, man.
Hopefully you have insurance in your car for the hail damage.
And so we're gonna cover. I got something a little different for us. Myself, along with the guys, have come up with
Horse and gaming.
10 questions apiece, not relating to gaming, to get to know us a little bit better
We just lost 80% of our.
outside of this podcast, just to get to know us a little bit better. So each one of us, we don't know what the other ones have on their paper. We all wrote them in secrecy.
Only 2 of you are using paper. I'm just saying.
The other 2 are on digital paper, and we're gonna go around.
Digital pen and inked it in.
Deep.
One's gonna ask
Double
a
penetration.
yes. One's gonna
Displays.
no double penetration.
Oh, okay.
Drastic procedures.
DDP.
Calm
Wrestling.
down. Calm down, more.
Diamond upside down is a pussy.
Is it?
Ready to rumble. Horrible movie.
I've never seen a pussy like that. Has anyone else seen a pussy like that?
It's a line from Ready to Rumble. It's a diamond upside down.
Like that though?
A diamond upside down is pussy.
Kind of brings hot dog down the hallway to new me.
What's going on? I mean, like
It's got rings. It's got rings.
Depth.
Depth. Rings.
It's a 3D model.
I guess.
Okay.
Intellectual conversation about games.
So we're gonna start with one guy. We're all gonna answer the question. We might go off into little tangents or whatnot.
Let's start with one guy.
Just daisy chain it.
I mean, Mark shuffles that way. And we'll go around the
Somebody
room.
get on camera so I can show off my antics.
And we'll alternate.
Doesn't work.
We'll alternate the question as.
Alternate
I don't
the
even
men.
know if anybody understands
Tag team.
what's going on with the story. I've been trying to explain the rules for 5 minutes now. I don't know if anybody understands what the fuck we're doing.
It's a Q&A
What?
section.
Section.
Section. With an X.
I see what you did there. All right, so let's give this a shot. We've never really done anything like this before, but
It might end with a shot.
You sure you want him back?
I love this. This is good stuff. This is good stuff.
Is that not wanted back?
Mark, question
about
1.
Favorite pizza topping?
This was asked already.
I know on the last episode. Oh, wait, I should just.
This is 3 days later. Nobody remembers.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay, fine.
Favorite pizza
Which
topping?
way we go? I mean, like
If you went to a
Just go in their
restaurant,
same order.
if you went to a restaurant and they said we only have one ingredient for pizzas today because fuck you.
sausage. I love me some spicy sausage.
Just anything phallic, right?
Italian
Just
sausage.
anything phallic.
I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm also going with sausage. It's fucking delightful. There's just shoving it in my mouth and
Rolling it
engulfing
around on
it.
your tongue.
Yeah. No, I love many of pizza toppings, but sausage is my primary. If I only had one pizza topping for the rest of my life, I would have to.
Now,
go with sausage.
there's a couple.
Pepperoni's close second.
There's a couple different ways that the sausage can be prepared for the pizza. So, what is your preference? I mean, just to tag
regular sausage. Not,
Up. So you like the sausage balls, like chunks?
Yeah, I like the chunks.
Well, have you
chunk
ever
it
seen
up.
when they slice it
slice
like
it, yeah.
pepperoni?
Mm-hmm.
Like pepperoni?
They're thicker usually. than
Yeah.
pepperoni,
Wait, like
yeah.
what?
I've never. Oh yes, I have.
Like
Yes,
what?
I have. I have
Oh, yeah,
seen
you
that.
saw that.
I forget. Is it Little Caesars who does that?
Yeah, one of
No,
them.
no,
well,
no, no,
that's
no,
not
no,
those-
no,
that
no,
shit.
no, no,
Domino's opposite that way.
Sarpino's, that garbage
Sarpino's
pizza.
does it. Yeah,
Awful
Sarpino's.
fucking pizza. They do that shit. They take a piece of sausage and dice like
Yeah.
instead
now,
of using ground meat and just making sausage
Yeah.
out of it.
Since we kind of, this is kind of a rehash of the question that we had from part one. Let's go into it a little bit further. Let's talk about some pizza here. Deep dish, the thin crust.
Well, deep dish is Malnati's for me, but thin
Malnati's
crust for me
great.
is Mamma Nitti's, which I miss so much.
I'm a big fan of all pizza. I critique it quite often. There's places obviously I prefer over others. My favorite chain, like national chain, is Domino's. But they're far from the best pizza available.
Yeah.
There's a lot of local, we're in Chicago, obviously. There's a lot of local places that make a far better pizza. I'm sure it's like that everywhere. Where the little places, they charge more, you get, they're going to make a better pizza than something that's cookie cuttered throughout the entire country. But one of my favorites is probably Mugs, which is what, you don't like them?
No, these Danico's. Yeah, they changed the sauce, but it's still good. It's still good.
They're quite good, but there's only 3 of them, and they're in the Chicagoland area.
Extremely greasy.
So, yeah, it's good stuff.
Extremely greasy.
I am actually
That's
a
that-
huge fan of thin crust, like crispy edges, nice
too.
and soft in the
favorite.
middle, and literally the best place. It's about 8 hours away, and it's Dragonowski's in Barnes, Wisconsin. Literally, it's there is one in Eau Claire, and I think it's like somewhere else up there. I forget. If you ever have a chance and you're like the top of Wisconsin, fantastic.
I'm a big fan of the individual slice, and there's a couple of key places that I prefer. Mugs,
Bocce's pretty good.
Bocce's is pretty damn good. And then there's Chincharo's. It's a little
Never
hot
had
dog
that.
pizza place, but
Hot dog
literally,
and pizza.
well, listen. For $5, you can get a slice of pizza, get a hot dog and fries, and a drink. You can't
Not
beat
bad.
that.
Worst pizza,
Worst pizza.
Pizza Hut.
Sarpino's.
Serapino's, yes. I can't stand that.
I have been told that I'm wrong about this, but I had a very bad Jets pizza experience.
Jets
is all right.
Jets, if you order a single pizza, is okay. But where I used to work, they would order them in mass. And when you mass produce Jets pizzas, it falls apart.
All I had was a Jets pizza and the bread, and it was
Me and
awful.
Mark stopped off at this place one day on the way to here, and their pizza was awesome.
Oh yeah,
BJ's.
BJ's. Yeah.
BJ's is good.
Yeah, they were really good. I'm
Yeah.
so happy we stopped there.
I'd like to give honorable mention to Eduardo's as well. I like Eduardo's.
Where's that?
There's one in Skokie. That's one I usually order from.
Speaking of not Skokie, but next to Skokie, there's this place in Morton Grove. It might be Skokie, actually.
No, are you talking about like Pequods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
World famous. I think they're not world famous. Our area famous. I think it's a little overrated. It's this old Italian dude who apparently has a set. You can't reserve pizza there. You can't because there's such high demand. You can't order the pizza the way you want. You can't do anything. The guy's gonna make, just for story's sake, say he's gonna make 20 pizzas a day. He makes them how he wants, with whatever toppings he wants on there. And
For that day?
if you want one, you buy one. Once those 20 are out, he's done for the day. Whatever toppings they have, and he sells them out every single day.
Really?
One of my buddies is in Morton Grove, my best friend, Scott, actually, and he gets it quite often. It's decent pizza, but the allure around it
You got because it's
it
exclusive.
does not live up to the actual pizza quality. There's far better pizza.
No, I've never had it, and I don't really want it. I don't want somebody to tell me I can't order what I want on my pizza.
That's the way this is.
Fuck that guy.
You know, he's got 100 people calling a day for his 20 pizzas.
Fine.
He can make them however the
Good
fuck
for
he wants.
him.
And you never get the same thing twice.
Rosati's. They're not bad.
Rosati's, they were okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Fucking
Sorry, I
A.
cut you off, Mark. What were you saying?
Oh, I was going into my most unfavorited pizza, I suppose, and you have there's certain pizzas at Sarpino's I love. I can't say I hate it. It's so hard. I have generic taste. Little Caesars I hated for the longest time though. I'd say Little Caesars.
I think we're all in
I think-
agreement that
well-
they're the worst.
Well, it's because they're
National
$5.
pizza?
No,
But I used to
no.
love Crazy
There's
Bread.
only really
Crazy
three
Bread's still
options.
good.
It's
That's
Domino's,
what it used to be.
Pizza Hut, and Little Caesars.
They used to give you bigger doughy
Unless you count
pieces.
Chuck E. Cheese and
Yeah,
shit, because
yeah.
that pizza's
I will
terrible.
take
Oh, yeah.
I will take Little Caesars over Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, every time I eat Pizza Hut, makes me sick.
So wait,
I like
do we
their
not,
sauce.
can we
I
not,
like Pizza
can we
Hut
not all
too.
say that Papa John's is the worst?
I
Is
actually
Papa
like
John's-
Papa
Papa
John's.
John's.
Papa John's is
Really?
actually one of my favorites.
I love the
I like
pepperoni
the-
that they give you.
I don't like them either.
I like the
don't
dough.
know.
They're another one that does circles for the sausage.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they do.
Fucking A.
They used to order a lot at my work when we had work things, and it got to the point where everyone's like, "No, not Papa John's. Order someone else."
Okay. Well, I guess it's my turn with a
Yep,
question.
yeah.
then?
Question
All right,
one.
My first question, and Tony kind of put me on the spot here, so I just wrote down random things that popped into my mind. So my first question is, who is your daddy, and what does he do? I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my father.
Why not?
My father is.
You don't have to.
We're
give us
going
the
to keep
deal.
going to the right,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My father's Tony Capello Sr. That's my same name, but he's my dad. He's cool. He's a cool, funny old Italian guy. He's off the boat. So he's got a very thick Italian accent. He speaks 4 languages: Italian, Spanish, English, and French. A 5th, if you include the part of Italy we're from, which is Calabria, which I know it sounds weird to explain it as a different language, but it really is. I'm familiar with Italian and the part of Italy we're from, which is a dialect called Calabrese. They're vastly different. It seriously is like 2 different languages. I actually understand Calabrese better than pure Italian because that's what my father, mother, and grandparents all speak to me. So I'm more used to it. He owns a very successful landscaping company that I'm going to be taking over in a few years when he retires. I've been working for him forever. He's a big sports fan. He's a really super nice.
And he's an Xbox One fan.
Yeah, he's a super nice, just old, happy-go-lucky guy. He's never really upset. He's never really. He gets mad at sports, but that's not true upset. When he's watching the Bears or the Blackhawks, I see him yell at the TV like any guy who's a sports fan.
So if he's an off the boat Italian, then he doesn't like any of this pizza that we get here, right? He likes that old school shit.
He's okay with Nancy's Pizza.
Yeah?
Yeah. And he likes mugs.
Okay.
He loves food. He's a big fucking food guy. He's the one that taught me this.
Taught you about food?
You should never, ever, ever cheap out on food.
I never do either.
It's you can always go get a cheaper T-shirt or something from Walmart if you need to save a few bucks.
Mm-hmm.
But something that you're supposed to eat, you should always enjoy. If it's $2 or $3 more for a higher quality burger or a higher quality steak, you should never, ever, ever worry about money when it comes to food.
I've been like that for a long time
Well,
as well.
to some degree, I agree. I mean, a $200 plate sometimes.
No,
Okay,
that's
like-
excessive. I'm
Yeah.
saying don't get the
the
three.
McDonald's burger.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
when you
get
can
something
spend
better right
for,
next
for
door.
$4,
Yeah.
when for $6 you can go get a real burger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I do that all the time.
It's not worth the $2. Go
No.
go enjoy your
You'll
food.
enjoy it better.
Yeah, I agree.
I love food. Food's good
Uh,
stuff.
He's real nice. He's super friendly. Everybody that meets him loves him. He's cool. I love my dad. He's one of my best friends in the whole world. My dad's awesome.
Very cool. We should have him on the show.
I doubt he'd come on, but maybe.
You come and
Just
talk about the
back there.
Xbox One.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You come up with the reveal event. How do you like it?
TV!
My dad is Walter Berg. He's like me, pretty low-key, quiet guy. He works for Abbott Labs in manufacturing. Not really high-end, high-scale job, but my dad's always had the more labor jobs, blue-collar type stuff. He's a good guy, decent guy. Was very big on being a good person. Always raised us to like not be pricks. It's very important to him that his sons are not
He
assholes.
failed. No, I'm joking.
Don't talk about my brother like that, Jason. Don't talk about my brother like that.
Right on fucking key. Yes.
That is a joke. My brother's pretty cool, actually. He's had a number of jobs like me. He's had a bunch of goofy jobs, tend to just kind of take whatever pays the bills. Very big on old school movies, and documentaries. If it weren't for him, I never would have seen some like the old stuff that he watches. I'm not super big into old movies and stuff like that, but he introduced me to the Marx Brothers, and they have some great scenes, man. Those are some funny guys. There's this movie, one of my favorite scenes from any movie is from a movie called That Day at the Races. And there's a scene where this guy's pushed around an ice cream cart selling. Have you seen that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Just random guy in the background just starts giggling.
He's selling like sure win answers, but he's like really raking the guy with the codes of like like, oh, if you want the codes, you gotta buy this code book, and the who's gonna win is in this book, and the codes are in this book. But if you want the codes for the codes, they're in this book. It's a really funny scene. It's great. If you ever want a funny, like, quick talking, like, there's nobody. The only person who has like a Groucho Marx style comedy would be like Hawkeye from MASH.
Okay.
Love Hawkeye.
If you like Hawkeye, you'd like Groucho Marx. And there's no one that does that kind of humor anymore, so it's kind of amusing to have that to look back on. That's my dad. Yeah, he's a cool guy, but kind of quiet, like me.
Reserved.
Very reserved, but very nice, which is cool.
I remembered something about my dad now that he said he's quiet. My dad's the polar opposite. I'm sorry, so my parents went on a cruise ship. My father actually is an excellent singing voice. I'm not kidding. He actually won second place on a cruise ship for singing one of those old school Italian opera songs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I have it on video because
Really?
my godfather, who's awesome, my parents and my godparent and his wife are excellent friends. They all went on the cruise together and they taped it. And it was like Hawaiian night, so my dad's wearing the leis
Really?
and stuff, and he's dressed in a Hawaiian shirt. And my dad's a big guy, so he's got his belly out and the shirt's open, and he's got a Hawaiian skirt on, and he's singing like one of those famous old,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know the Italian music, but from like hundreds of years old, and it sounds just like fucking one of those opera singers. And he took like second place in some competition
Nice.
in front of like 4,000 people.
Very nice. I love how this Arnold Schwarzenegger reference joke question actually turned out to be a serious one. That's pretty cool.
My dad, his name's Tim, or Timo if you knew him, and literally he was the guy pulling you over. My dad was a cop.
Copper.
Yeah, he had a very interesting time being a cop because the mob was so very prevalent when he was a cop. So he told me some crazy stories about that stuff, which was pretty cool. Currently, he moved out to Utah, and he actually recently, I guess, I don't know, jinx it, but he was cured of cancer, so that was very nice.
Good for him.
And I hope to see him sometime soon.
Cool. Very cool.
Good.
My dad wasn't really around. I'm not really going to get into that too much, but my dad is actually my grandpa. And he's in the other room over there, chilling right now, probably watching MASH as we speak. He's a World War II vet. So when I was younger, I got to hear some really cool stories about him going over to France and everything. He was deployed at D-Day and everything like that. Really? Cool.
Yeah, my grandfather was there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, he was actually 16, and he lied on his enrollment.
To get in, a
and
lot of
to
kids
get in,
did that
to-
back
he
then.
got in early and everything.
my grandfather
So
did the
easy to
opposite.
forge
He
shit.
was too old and lied about his age. to get in.
My grandpa was
Yeah.
too young. He's the oldest one that's still alive, and he tells me he was in Italy at the time, and he was a little kid, and he was just telling me about how they were getting the shit bombed out of them.
My grandpa was too. He was directing traffic.
My grandfather wouldn't talk about it until he was like on his deathbed.
Oh, my grandpa said it was awful.
Yeah, he said he would not. He refused.
My
to talk about it.
grandpa
He-
tells
yeah.
me almost every time I see him, he's like, "Enjoy your life in America." He's like, "You have no idea how good you guys have it here."
My grandpa never told me about, never told anyone, even his wife, about the medals here. He had 2 bronze stars and 1 purple heart.
He's got a Purple Heart.
Nice.
He's got shrapnel in his back, thigh,
Yeah, I
and
think
his
it's-
hip and butt, and it's still there.
Oh yeah.
From a grenade. Yeah. He worked for Teletype, who then went on to become Bell South, and who is now AT&T. So he actually literally helped build the phone lines for our city here.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. That brings me up, right?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Boxers or briefs?
Used to be briefs, now boxers.
Boxers all the way.
I'm actually a hybrid. I'm one of those
The
people that
boxer
wear
briefs?
boxer briefs.
There you go,
Yeah,
good sir.
Yeah.
I
I enjoy the snugness yet freedom
yeah.
that they provide.
In my youth, I was a tidy whitey guy because that's what my mom bought for me. Plus, I don't really remember boxers being available when I was
They weren't
younger.
that popular.
No, see, I was one of those kids that like I didn't rock underwear. I had like basketball shorts
Come on,
that I would
no.
wear under my whatever I was wearing.
Cause he's free.
No, not even. But like, I mean, I wore basketball shorts. I wore basketball shorts under everything.
But as soon as I was available to, or when my mom started letting me make my own decisions, I was like 12 or 11, somewhere in that vicinity.
21.
I started, when I was 25, she started letting me buy my own clothes. No, so then I switched over to boxers, and I've been a boxer man ever since.
Yeah, good stuff.
I don't know how much more we can really go into that one.
Yeah.
They're not all going to be winners.
Whatever. It's good.
All right, I guess it's me next.
Yeah.
All right. You have to watch one episode of a show every day. It doesn't have to be the same episode, but it has to be the same show every day for the rest of your life. What show is that?
I would have to go with Scrubs.
MASH.
Scrubs is an excellent answer,
It
but
is.
I'm going to go with South Park.
That's another good one. It was very high.
the
on
I
my
mean,
list.
they've
The
got
simple-
a lot of good ones,
the
but there was a
simple-
lot of hits and misses there.
I think there's a lot more hits
I
than
think there's
misses.
a lot more hits as well.
I'm not-
It's just like that's one of those shows to me. They get better with age. Every time I see it, I know what's coming, and I laugh harder than the time I saw it before that. There's just so many of them now too. It's not like you're limited to 2 or 3 seasons. I know Scrubs went 8.5 seasons, 9
Yeah,
technically.
whatever.
Well, the last season was really bad.
There's still
yeah.
8, but yeah, I don't count
Yeah.
the last one.
Yeah, so that's there's a lot of material there as well. South Park's still going too. I mean, you don't want to pick something that Archer is another one that's up there. I think that's the second greatest animation show ever behind South Park. But there's just not enough of them for it to truly compete with South Park. Let me see what Archer's doing in season 9 and 10 and
Yeah.
11, if it even makes it that far. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? South Park's still going strong.
Especially with those makers of that show. I mean, I think this is
This is like their
they're
fifth
one
show.
season short of their longest show now. Because I think the longest
They
they
keep
had was
changing it up.
C-Lab, which was 4 seasons, and they only lost that because one of the actors died.
No, this is a show that's been longer than 4 seasons.
Which ones?
The Venture Brothers.
It's not maybe
That's
the same
not
guys.
the same different people.
Oh, the same.
yeah.
You're talking about those actual
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
I
the
thought
actual
you were talking
guys,
about
yeah.
Adult Swim.
Yeah,
No,
because
no.
they did C-Lab, then they did Frisky Dingo.
Frisky Dingo.
Frisky
Frisky
Dingo.
Dingo,
like
Frisky
one
Dingo,
or two.
I liked
2
it a
seasons.
lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Not even the first.
I
The
used to
first
love
one's like
C-Lab.
6-minute episodes.
C-Lab was-
and there's like 10 of them. That's
Yeah.
season 1.
I love
C-Lab,
C-Lab.
C-Lab,
Huge
the
C-Lab
Brack
fan.
Show,
Yeah, I love that
Harvey
too.
Birdman, and Aqua Teen is what really.
Yeah.
Space Ghost. Yeah,
What's the one-
Space Ghost started on actually on TNT though.
Yeah, that's not.
What was
yeah.
that one with those weird blobs that like?
Talking about Squidbillies?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that show.
It's still on.
That's still on there.
Still
That
on.
was weird. That was a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't.
Are
I
those all the
didn't
same
know.
people though? Squidbillies? I don't think Squidbillies. is, though.
Squidbillies.
It's the Aqua Teen guys, isn't it?
Yeah,
Squidbillies?
yeah. I think it might be that.
I don't like Squidbillies. I like
Aqua Teen's
Fucking
still going.
Aqua Teen. That's fucking.
I would say for my number 2, if I had to pick a number 2 show, and I mean technically it's a show, would probably be Monday Night Raw because it's been on,
Yeah,
it's consistently
that's
for 20 years now.
Yeah, that would count.
My number 2 would either be Scrubs or Everybody Loves Raymond.
That would be my South Park.
I really like your Scrubs choice, but that's not what I'd go with. My number 1 would be The Simpsons. It's the easy answer, but there's some great seasons of The Simpsons.
And
man.
there's some really shit ones.
the
Like
later
the
ones
last
are
10
not
years?
good. The last I know, but
Yeah.
there's so many. You're almost always going to get a good one. And then if for number 2, I'd say The Venture Brothers. There just aren't enough episodes of The Venture Brothers, but I
Yeah.
fucking love that show.
I love
That's
that
what's
show.
holding
As
Archer
evidenced
back.
by my shirt.
Because Archer's the same way as South Park, in my
Yeah.
opinion. They get funnier every time you see the
Yeah.
episode. You know what's coming. And you just laugh harder and harder. And you start seeing the genius behind that show. Because there's these little subtle references that they make in the first 2 or 3 episodes that aren't funny at all. Because you don't get it yet. And then you go back after season 3 and you're like, holy shit, I saw what they did back. Like,
Arrested Development
they
does
had
a
a
lot of that.
fucking
Yeah, Arrested
plan.
Development as well.
Yeah.
But Arrested Development, there aren't enough episodes of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're doing next.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you're next.
No,
What's-
Brian's up.
I just did mine.
He just did
Yeah.
this.
Oh, that was your
Yeah.
What is wrong with me?
Shut
Drugs.
up, Tony.
So many
Shut your
drugs.
face, Tony.
What is your favorite sleeping position? Do you like face down? You like
Ass
back,
up?
side, ass up? Do you like big spoon, little spoon?
Hey, Kim!
Should I go first?
Well, no,
until
because
Kim-
it's
till
going
Kim
to me.
walks
Wait,
over?
wait.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Kim! Come here! Just come to the doorway.
Guest appearance.
You don't even have to come on camera. Just come to the
you
doorway.
gotta answer a question.
What?
These gentlemen, we're playing a little game here, and they want to know what my favorite sleeping position is. How would you describe it?
All over the bed with your elbow in my face.
All over the bed with your
She
elbow
took
in
pictures
her
of
face.
me sleeping the other day.
Should we post that shit?
No. But she took I think she's looking in her phone for it right
No,
now.
I'm on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
sleeps in the most retarded positions. He'll
Yeah.
sleep with like his arm up, one knee.
Very
down.
melodramatic.
Oh yeah, and then like the hips turned and stuff. My favorite sleeping position is cuddling with the dog, because we cuddle, we spoon.
Yeah.
I'm
You're the little spoon, right?
Naturally.
It changes. It changes.
I do this. I don't know what I do throughout the night, but the way I fall asleep is the exact same every day.
Me too.
I sleep with 3 pillows. 2 of them are stacked the right way, like this way. Okay. The third
Parallel.
one, I make a downward sharp.
See, mine's on an angle, like a
Line.
90-degree angle.
Okay.
Yeah.
My right arm goes like this under the 2 pillows. My left one is on top
Yeah.
of the one that goes like this. So I'm like this.
The difference for me.
Now, hold on.
Okay.
My right leg goes straight down, and my left leg does one of those like this.
Like
Like
you're
this?
doing, like
Like
you're doing a
this.
can opener.
Okay?
Yeah.
I got one dog that sleeps in between my legs, and the other one curls up right here because I got 2 little dogs.
I fall asleep in a very
We all
similar
fall,
manner.
and they both know their position where to sleep.
The
at
difference
night.
is my right leg is the one that carries over, and I have 4 pillows.
Lies.
What?
You fall asleep.
hits the pillow and it's just
You can go away now.
It doesn't matter.
Go away now.
just call him out on all his lies.
So all right, so Brian.
All right, I tend to sleep on my back. Sometimes 2 pillows one time, sometimes one under my head. Often with something playing in the background just to keep me distracted. 'cause
Oh, yeah.
I,
I gotta have
think too
TV
much and
on.
I can't. I need something I can ignore to fall asleep. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and then I will switch to side Tony style, except the left leg will be flung over. When I used to have a pet, my cat used to sleep like across, like next to me, but I don't have a cat anymore. And occasionally I will sleep face down, or if I have a cold, so I can try to drain out.
I can't fall asleep on my back.
I really can't either.
I can't.
Very rarely.
I have to be like dead fucking.
Yeah.
tired.
that's
I
close.
do what I do sometimes if I've had a long day on my feet, I tend to put my feet up on something so I can. It's easier to do that when you're laying on your back.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes I'll get crazy and totally flip around the other way on the bed too.
Oh, he's getting
yeah.
crazy now.
Yeah, and then I wake up in the middle of the night and the pillows are all on the floor. Fuck.
I am face down with
Ass up.
Ass up. No, face down, right side. Like this, and then I do exactly what Tony does. I have the little leg bend, and my one arm is under a pillow, while my second arm is over my second pillow.
Right by your face, right? Just like this, and shit,
Yep.
kind of.
Yeah.
Doing one of those.
I always, in that second pillow where my face is on, it's always the very edge of it too. I'm always on the very edge of my pillow.
My face is where the 3 pillows meet.
At the junction.
Yeah, at the junction, if you will.
The intersection.
All right. I guess my question now is, what's your favorite '80s hair metal band?
oh god,
See, this is going to cause a problem for me because I do like an awful lot of bands, but if you look it up, I guarantee half of these started in 78 or 79 or...
They still
you know what I mean?
constitute as '80s hair
so
metal.
I don't want anyone to like fucking...
Nobody's gonna call you out on
Yeah,
it.
so I'm sorry if I'm off by a couple years, but I'm probably going to go with either Whitesnake or Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Or Twisted Sister. Whitesnake.
now he's
I'm
going
going with
with-
Whitesnake. I'm going to go with Whitesnake.
I was never a fan of 80s hair metal. Didn't really get into music until the 90s.
Okay.
But there are 2 songs from the 80s that really well. There's a song and a band. The song is "The Final Countdown" because we had a babysitter who loved that song, and when we had MTV, when we had cable for like a month.
Arrested Development.
Well, that too. That's why I love that.
But he's doing magic tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time. That video would come on MTV, and she would stop everything for the final countdown every time. So I really remember that song. And then Journey, partially because of the Journey arcade game.
Okay.
So
Arcade game. It was more of the 90s. You people are old.
Just a small town girl.
Come on, you got to have an '80s.
Is it a hair metal band?
Who is it?
Is Journey
I
hair
would
metal?
probably say
They are, aren't
Metallica, I guess.
No, they're not hair
I know
metal.
they're not hair metal, though.
Hair metal's
Oh,
like
I know.
fucking...
they? Like
you know.
Poison or
Yeah,
something
no,
like that.
I know.
Alice
Snake.
Cooper.
Yeah.
You can let it slide.
That's the thing. I don't listen to any of those. Like, the
Motley
only, like,
Crue.
Okay, I can
They
do Motley
were
Crue.
the-
Kiss was good too.
I do
But they
Motley
were
Crue.
70s.
They're 70s, yeah.
Because
I
I
do-
would have said Led Zeppelin if you said 70s.
Fucking Van Halen.
Yeah, see, I don't listen to any of
Jump.
those. Like, I
Yeah.
have like a few bands. Motley Crue, I'd give it to if anybody.
I would have to echo Tony, and it would have to be Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi. Yeah.
Fucking A.
Next.
All right, this is probably going to be all against me, but I do have a little to go on with this. So in the morning, when you pour your cereal, do you put the cereal or the milk in first?
Gotcha.
Let me go to you first.
Ready to have your minds blown? I don't eat cereal in the morning. I have to run out the door. I sleep until the last possible minute, typically past the last possible minute. My breakfast is a Cliff Bar.
Have you ever had a bowl of cereal?
I have had
before
a bowl of
in your
cereal.
life?
I do love cereal.
What did you do at that point?
Cereal and milk.
Okay.
I do the exact same thing as, but
Yeah.
when I do have cereal, I do the cereal first, then the milk.
I do cereal milk, and then when I have leftover milk, I go back and add more cereal.
Okay. See, everybody I've ever talked to is cereal then milk. I've never done it that way since childhood. Freak. And
Shun.
But I have reasoning behind this, and I think my way makes more fucking sense. Okay. You never stop at one bowl of cereal, correct? You're always
I
topping
usually
it
do.
off 3 or 4 times.
It depends.
I usually won't.
It depends.
Alright.
I used to,
You gotta
not
remember,
anymore.
I'm a one and done kind of guy.
Breakfast is my dinner. I eat a bowl of cereal before I go to bed in the morning.
Okay. So you take your bowl and you fill it up with the milk. And then you put the milk away so it stays cold. The cereal can stay in front of you. So you keep adding the cereal to the milk, and the milk will last you your 3 or 4 bowls as it slowly shrinks down the tube.
Do you really need 3 or 4
Now,
bowls?
I eat 3 or 4 bowls. When I eat it to get full. If you put the cereal in first, you're going to put a mound of cereal, and you're just going to top it off with milk. And if you have 3 or 4 bowls, you're going to have to either leave the milk out, which is going to get it warm, or you're going to have to keep making fucking trips to the fridge to top it off.
This makes
Well,
sense.
see, like it makes sense, but like I said, if
It's
I,
just the way I've
if,
always
if I
thought
know
about
I'm
it.
gonna want more cereal, okay, cereal, fill it with milk, like to the brim.
That's what I filled almost the brim with milk.
I actually put my hand over the cereal and pour the milk in to compress the cereal down so it doesn't float.
Gets all wet.
To get as much as I can, and then I'll take the box of cereal with me.
Yeah, but see, wouldn't it make more sense to put more milk then and keep adding the cereal as need?
No, because once the milk's gone, I don't want any more cereal.
I like drinking the milk at the end because it takes all the sugary...
We did get a message, and it says, "What the fuck? Tony eats cereal ass backwards."
Yeah, I know. Everybody says that. I think it's logical. I think it's more logical.
All right.
I rarely do more.
I
than
only
a
have
bowl.
one bowl, so it doesn't really matter.
If I do more than that, it's like a half a bowl. It's whatever.
My cereal bowl is also like this big.
Oh, I eat out of a little guy.
No,
Yeah,
no,
so
my
I got a
bowl's
bigger
my bowl's
one.
like this.
Hold on.
Are you getting your cereal bowl?
yeah.
Cereal guy.
Oh, there we go.
Getting it out. Getting the
These
big...
are my cereal bowls.
That's about the size of mine. Yeah.
So, and I mean to the.
That's about what I eat.
Yeah.
But see, I topped it off with milk. You don't get as much cereal in there.
Although
But that's okay with me because I bring the
Although-
cereal box with.
I have been fat before and eaten cereal out of this.
See, that I could understand throwing cereal in first because you're not going to need more cereal or milk. That's a fucking big-ass bowl.
And yes, the one was Batman. Just to keep with the theme of my insanity.
Right?
All right, my question: what is the worst job you ever had?
Only had 2. It's very hard.
No, man, I've had a bunch. So this may just be.
Go ahead.
It's either... I don't know. I've had an alright time at GameStop, so I'd have to say it's my first job, and it was ARA Mark, and it was at the Allstate Arena, so it was like concession stand and stuff, and it was great for a while. I was like working with my mom, we got along, and we had like originally it was like a crew of people, so like you went to like this one person who owned stands. It wasn't like owning them, but you had to staff them basically. So literally, it was great because all the people that we had were normal people. They got rid of all of that to cut out the middleman because they would get paid just as staff basically, and then they just threw people anywhere. And goddamn, were there some freaking weird people like the ex-alcohol abuse people, I don't know what's wrong with you.
The 60-year-old
Stay
woman.
away from me. Go have another drink. You go down the list, and it was it's why I left for the main reason is just because people are really weird.
I would have to say, and now I have to drag mine out a little bit because, as you can see, Tony left.
Bastard.
Would have to be Grossinger Autoplex.
That bad?
Yeah.
I know those are your most recent one.
Yeah, that is
I
very
worked the
hot.
Autoplex.
I mean, I've worked a job where I left after an hour of working. I was one of those survey people at the mall.
Okay.
Okay, and I was just like, fuck this, and left. But by far, Grossinger was the worst job I've ever worked. Just upper management bullshit. You know, a fucking boss that would literally call you a piece of shit. Lying and stealing money from the employees. You know, when the director of fixed operations makes, you know, $250,000 a year and like your paycheck's $200 for the week, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Something wrong. You get yelled at because you don't sell enough tires. Fucking bullshit.
I have two, depending on how you want me to answer the question. There was one job that I hated because I hated the job, and there was another job that wasn't bad, but something happened that made it awful for me. So which one? And it made it worse.
Because I can throw out a million. So go ahead and do both.
The worst job I ever had was when I was a roofer for one summer. This was probably the most. Roofing's really weird. The way that the hierarchy is. First of all, you had to get up at 4 a.m. to start the job at 5:30. And the cool part was they want you to have the maximum amount of time while the sun is weak on the roof because it's way hotter than it is. So in the middle of the summer here, it's like 80 or 90 with the fucking, what's it called? Heat index.
Yeah.
It's like 110. On top of a roof, it's like 130, especially when there's aluminum and shit reflecting the sun back at you. Another thing is you're using dangerous materials up there. So you are head to toe covered up. You have to wear hats. You have to wear handkerchiefs in front of your face, safety glasses, long sleeves, gloves, boots, pants, the works.
Are you putting in a roof or riding your train?
Both. So the time frame sucked. Yeah, you got out at 2 every day. That's because that was your 8 hours.
Yeah, that's when it gets.
But it sucked. You couldn't. So it sounds like cool. Like wow, you're done with your full time job. It's done at 2. But not really, because then you pass out at 6 or 7 at night because you have to get up at 4 again the next day.
Yeah.
The pay was great, but so that's why it wasn't like totally all around whatever shit. It was a union job, which kind of suck nowadays. But
Yeah.
the hierarchy was really bad because the longer you're on the roof, the more you get paid to do less and less and less. We were essentially paid interns. So we did all of the heavy lifting. Me and the four other guys that were in my age bracket that were on the roof with us that summer. We literally did all of the back-breaking work for a third of the pay. I understand that these people went through the grunt work at one point throughout their lives, but there's literally people who are making $50, $60 an hour on top of these roofs that barely lifted a finger because they were just overseeing everything and doing the lightest possible manual labor all day while we would do everything for them.
Yeah.
And all we did was get screamed at all day about not knowing what we were doing and not doing stuff correctly. And it was kind of soul crushing. So the job that wasn't so bad, but I had the absolute worst time at, was a bar that's no longer in business, so I can name them. It was Jet Vodka Lounge here in Chicago. And I was dating a fellow bartender at the time, and then we broke up, which made it really bad. It was a smaller staff. There was only 5 or 6 bartenders on staff, and the managers still scheduled us together. We worked really well together when we were dating, which was actually really fun. It was a fun time because it was a 2 o'clock bar, which is early in Chicago, and every night the whole staff, because we're like a close-knit family, we'd all go out afterwards, we'd all have a good time, stuff. Then when we broke up, made it really bad, and I actually had to leave there because of that. But that's how I got employed by my current bar, so it actually all worked out all right.
Nice.
That's cool.
You haven't worked until you've been at Victoria's Secret and had to spray people with perfume at the hip.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
And 95% of the people who come into Victoria's Secret and walk around are like 60 to 70-year-old fat Italian and Polish men who have nothing to do but hang out at the mall.
Tony's dad walking around
Just hanging out.
Victoria's
Just
Secret.
hanging out
Hanging
there.
out. That smells great.
Talking about sports.
And then they ask you questions. Oh, my wife needs perfume. What does it smell like? Can I smell you? And you, what the fuck you? Do you smell me? You're getting punched in the throat.
Going off Tony, I have a couple of different ways I could go. The worst job in general, the hardest job I ever had was probably being a cable guy. It was awful in every aspect of the word. Not just because the job was, it's manual labor, which whatever, I mean, manual labor is work, but it's harder on you because it's physically demanding. But on top of being a physically demanding job, especially in the summer, I had a boss who would look at, because we were routed by computer, and he would look at the routes and just edit them so that his buddies had less work than everyone else. So you'd wind up with like 23 jobs to do in one day, and his buddies would have like 8.
Okay.
So it's very unbalanced in that regard, and so it's really hard to just keep up with the amount of work that they would give you. But just a lot of weird incidents that I don't have time to go into without taking this podcast into multiple hour-long territory.
You can do a blacklist by yourself.
Oh my goodness, the stories I have, the weird things I've had to deal with.
Blacklist,
Anything
the
like
Super
movie?
Berg edition.
Everybody said cable guy when I came. Literally, everyone thought that they were the first person to say that to me. It was ridiculous. I got people tried to bribe me a couple of times, not realizing that because I worked for the company itself, they would check up on me, so you couldn't take those bribes and a bunch of other stuff. Bad management, just bad location, lots of driving in a van. I couldn't stand driving, and then the worst boss I ever had was a company that's still in business, so I won't go into who they are or what it was. But the owner called her management style seagulling. Fly in, shit on someone, and leave.
Only if you're near the sea, though.
She came in once a week, she picked someone to zone in on and just yelled at them for like 15, 20 minutes, broke them down, and then left.
Wow.
It was really bad. And she's like, do you think I want to manage this way? I have to keep you guys in shape. Place ran fine without her. She was only in once a week.
Most places run better without.
That middle.
I've had good
management
bosses. I've had good bosses that do make things run better and do help you out. But this one, there are other places where you're right, where it doesn't need the management. This is one of those places where there was an office manager in place who handled everything. All she had to do was do the business contact stuff, the making deals.
Mm-hmm.
But she would come in and just... There was one day where she yelled at me for shipping orders because I didn't ask her to ship them first.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mark!
What is your favorite adult drink? Preferably with alcohol.
That sounded so wrong.
I've become it used to be Jack and Coke.
No.
But due to the acid reflux and whatnot, that is no longer really an option. So it has transformed into what many call a sissy drink, but I quite enjoy, and that would be a White Russian.
That's delightful.
Great. Those are awesome.
Yeah, I don't like Kahlua though. I prefer Bailey's with my White Russian, and instead of cream, chocolate milk. I'm
Nice.
serious.
I'm gonna rapid fire this real quick because I have a couple.
Yeah. Well, you're a bartender. So
Hard liquor, straight hard liquor, Scotch. Has to be aged, preferably single barrel,
I love Scotch. Scotch.
but blends are okay too. If you're talking beer, I'm gonna go with a Heineken, and if you're talking about a mixed drink, it's a little girly, but it packs quite a punch and it tastes delightful.
Grandvon?
It's effing black cherry with 7-Up.
Okay.
Did you know I have that in my house?
Didn't I show you that at one of your parties and everybody loved
Maybe.
it? I think everybody was going nuts over it.
I am not a big drinker, which probably limits some of my social fun, but whatever.
No fun, Berg.
No Fun Berg, that's my name. There's a reason. When I do drink, which is very rare, but if I'm just gonna have a drink, 'cause I'm out somewhere where they serve alcohol and everybody else is drinking, I have an amaretto sour. Nothing really hardcore. I have also enjoyed. I had Zombie once at a party and it wasn't bad, but I'm not a big drinker, so.
There's a lot of really tasty drinks like amaretto sours that you won't really taste.
I don't like
liquor.
alcohol.
99 bananas.
Really,
If
I've
you
never
like
heard of it.
banana
Never
rum.
heard
Nothing
of it.
black cherry
Banana
7, I
rum.
think you
Try a
get.
banana
Really?
rum
Okay.
once.
Yeah,
It's
I could
delicious.
do a Mike's Hard Lemonade, but I don't finish it. Like I was once at a party. I don't know. Jason thinks apparently knows the story.
me the story
just a
couple weeks ago.
So yeah, I was at a Cinco de Mayo party and I had a Mike's Hard Lemonade, and I drank like half of it and I was done. Like because I don't whatever. The next time my friends had a party, they brought that same half Mike's Hard for me to finish. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
If it was for me, if it was a mixed drink, I love margaritas. Tony can make me
Frozen
one.
or on rocks?
I like on rocks.
It's the right way to drink one, sir.
It is. I agree. And if
I
it
make
had
a
to be-
kick-ass margarita, sir.
I know. I mean, come down downtown or to my house. If it has to be a beer, I would much prefer. I really like Shock Tops, so I would probably do a Shock Top. Is that nationwide? I don't really know.
I'm not sure.
If you know
A
what
bunch
Shock-
I like, I think they're really local too, like Lining Google's Red.
Yeah.
I think that's like a Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana thing.
I've had a Chicago drink that's just awful. It's popular mostly in Chicago, even though it's not made in Chicago. Malort's.
I've heard of that.
What?
I've heard of
Malort's.
it.
I went to this John
I don't know what the
Hodgman
fuck that
thing.
is.
Exactly. There's this guy, John Hodgman, comedian, writer, and he has this meetup. And every time he comes to Chicago, he gives everybody Malort. He buys a couple bottles, gives everybody a glass, pours a little bit to have while you have a little Q&A. It is the worst thing I've ever had. Someone at like everybody who had it was like, "This is terrible." Then one girl said something like, "It tastes like nightmares" or something like that. It's bad. It's made with like wormwood.
Is that
and
why
something
he
else.
does it?
Yes, it's like a shared experience. That's horrible.
Isn't it like a Norwegian
It's kinda funny, though.
drink?
It's like a
My
Norwegian
dad's
drink.
had it. He's like, it tastes worse than drinking
It's-
your own vomit.
It's terrible.
They bottle that these
but
days?
Yes!
But the experience was it was a wonderful
Amazon!
night. Yeah, it was a wonderful night with a terrible drink. Sorry, go ahead. Anything else?
Nope.
You did
Nope.
beer and beer
Yeah.
and mixed drink. Do you
Yeah,
have a,
oh,
do you have a
if-
straight liquor?
If I had a straight liquor, mine would probably be Jameson.
Irish whiskey.
I have a friend
Good
who
choice,
loves
sir.
that.
All right, to you, sir. Your favorite '80s cartoon?
Oh shit.
Oh, when was Ninja Turtles?
That's 80s.
Ninja Turtles. I was obsessed.
Hey, I'm gonna call out two lesser known ones. They're not necessarily my favorites, but they never get enough mention. And that's Silverhawks and Mask.
Oh God,
Don't even know what the fuck those are.
I do.
Yeah, I would say.
I know you're not a child of the '80s,
Yeah, I know.
but
I
I
know old
mean,
people.
Should we
I
bump it
you
up to
know,
90s for Mark?
no.
Oh, and there's a song stuck
Fuck
in my
Mark.
head. A theme song, the Bionic Six, stuck in my head forever.
If you
Sorry.
want to do, you can do '90s.
okay,
Yeah.
if I had to
I'll-
do
I'll-
90s, growing up, I thought probably the best thing going was SpongeBob.
Wow, you are young. Jesus Christ.
Well, okay, I mean, I know
know,
like
right?
Doug and all the other Angry Beavers. I was obsessed with Angry Beavers early
Dude,
on.
I was like 13 when those came out.
Yeah.
I know, I was old when
Yeah.
that shit was going on.
But I still watched it.
Yeah, me too. I used to love Rugrats.
3.
Margaret's a good stuff.
I've
too.
got 3. Top one is definitely Ninja Turtles, followed closely by Ghostbusters, and then Thundercats. That would be my
Thundercats.
Honorable mention to
Snarf,
DuckTales.
snarf.
Was DuckTales not DuckTales
That's 80s?
was 90s?
No,
Was it?
No.
DuckTales is good.
Was it? I think it was
like
80s.
No, because it was a part. It was a part of the
No,
90s.
that was
with
90s.
Was it
Gargoyle
really?
and Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
But I
Tailspin.
think it started in the 80s. No?
Yeah, because I would have went into all
Google
that
it.
stuff.
Google
That's
it.
why we have the G.
Well, he looks it up. Go to your next one.
Well, you just made me feel like such a girl because while I watched
What
them-
fucking strawberry shortcake or some
no,
bullshit?
My Little
My Little
Ponies
Pony?
and Care Bear.
Both of which came back.
I watched them all, but like My Little Ponies was
Fag.
Johnny Bravo.
girl.
Johnny Bravo is good stuff.
Do the monkey with me.
Original run, September 18th, 1987 to November 28th, 1990.
Okay, you're right. We suck.
right.
They were
All right.
rerunning it.
All right.
Yeah, I watched it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
This one will be interesting. An obscure interest of yours.
Sure.
An obscure interest of mine.
Not like I'm a football fan. Everybody's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
football fan.
Addicted to porn.
I don't know if, I mean, because like I do the writing thing, but that's not that obscure.
That could work. I'm just saying something not totally mainstream. Like I like television. Everybody
Yeah,
fucking
everyone
likes
likes television. I mean, I read, which I know a lot of people do anymore, but that's not that obscure either.
In 10 years it will be.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it'll be more digital than paper, but I don't think it'll be. I don't know. I'm pretty boring.
I have no.
You want to give him a second to think?
Yeah,
You got one?
do you guys have something?
No. Obscureness.
You mean besides doing this?
There's an obscure thing. Okay, here's an obscure thing.
I can't believe I stumped everybody. I didn't think this would be
Here's
that big of a
something-
deal.
This
It's
is
one of those
this is
things
starting
you
to
think
become
of.
more popular because The Verge did an article about it. But I'm into ASMR videos on YouTube. I don't have necessarily the ASMR thing, but I really
What is
like.
that?
It's a thing where sound effects kind of like give you like a really weird feeling in your brain.
Okay.
And I kind of like I get like a tingle up my spine when I listen to them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the reason I started watching Mad Men was not the plot; it was the Foley editing, the sound effects. Just like I loved the sound effects. So like I'm not into it. Like I don't have like a favorite Foley artist or anything like that. But I notice sound effects a lot in things, and so I like. Yeah, there are some sounds like I cannot listen to. Like I can't listen to a person eat. If a person is making a lot of noise when they eat, I gotta leave the room.
Yep.
But like at the same time, there are certain sounds that just like I get really relaxed and just like chill out. Like I will sometimes go to sleep listening to those videos. I'll throw on headphones and fall asleep listening to that stuff.
If we're going something like that, I have this thing I do when we watch, when I watch like movies or anything like that, and I try and count how many cameras this is shot on and how many takes it took. How many cuts I can obviously see, and I do it in my head, and there's always multiple ones.
One thing I tend to do, especially when I like at work and absolutely fucking bored at like 3 o'clock in the morning, is I'll randomly Wikipedia something and then fall down the rabbit hole.
Oh God,
and
I see
just
it
keep
all
going.
the time.
Have you
Like,
ever
all
done?
right, let's click this link
Yes.
and see what that goes
Yeah,
to. And
never
just-
look up X-Men
Yeah.
because you'll do it forever.
Have you ever done a Wikipedia race?
No.
You pick two random things. You can pick up Abe Lincoln and whatever you can think of. And what you do is you get
Abe Lincoln
two
and
or
Batman.
more,
Yeah.
two to more or whatever, and you race. You go through the links, and I did in high school when we were bored as crap. And literally every single time, we always found it.
Really?
There was not a single time that we actually were stumped, and we did this for hours on end, days, weeks, whatever.
Nice.
It's all
Yeah,
connected at some
that's
point.
one thing that I tend to do is, and
I'm down with
I was
that.
doing
It's
it
fun.
yesterday with the rap group 3-6 Mafia. Yeah,
Just keep clicking.
yeah, their TV show on MTV, and then
What song did they make?
Stay Fly. They've been around since like '91 though.
Yeah.
But yeah, obscure Wikipedia rabbit hole.
I do that at IMDb a lot.
I am a grammar corrector on the internet.
Okay.
You're that guy.
On comment boards.
That
I cannot believe the amount of people that don't have a second grade English education that still do not understand the difference between there, your,
Two,
and
two,
two. And it's like, are you kidding? This isn't like collegiate fucking.
No, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like
I remember
those are the
learning this
simple
in
ones.
second, third grade. It's like and people still don't get like one's possessive, one's.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like-
apostrophes used the wrong way set me off every time.
And I do that I always get upvoted too.
Yeah.
I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Like I do it on all the message board, and I'm always correcting people. It's just when I see it on Facebook, I do it to my fucking friends. It's like, dude, this is not.
Most of the time, it's because
hard.
my phone doesn't do it right the first time. It's like, oh fuck, whatever.
Yeah, typos happen, but man, sometimes just like really, like your, that's not a typo.
You just
Yeah.
don't understand the difference, and it's so.
Yeah.
All right, rock on.
I'm gonna skip ahead in my list a little bit. Your dream vacation, any cost does not matter, but it has to be real. So it can't be like, I want to go to Mars. Can't do that yet. Something real.
Something feasible.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Just seeing where we're at.
Hour almost.
Oh, we're at.
We're cool. If it goes a little over, it goes a little over. Whatever.
I'm just checking.
Shut your whore mouth.
Yeah, you. Anyway, we're going to favorite trip. If I had a chance to do a trip, I would love. This is like our dream vacation for me and two of my internet friends from long ago, and it was to visit all the World War II battlegrounds and stuff.
That'd be awesome.
I'm a big World War II I don't know.
Me too.
I know a lot about it, I guess, but I'd love to go visit. And just see all the places. That I've seen black and white photos.
My grandfather will tell you very angrily, or he died, that they put a hot dog stand up where he stormed Normandy. And he was very upset about it. Sorry, go ahead.
Interesting.
It's okay. No, that's a good question.
I could take one. I could go if you want to think.
Vacation. Finland. I want to go to Finland.
Very cool.
It's a gorgeous place, but it's also got like crazy, fucking metal too. And I want to go to Finland.
My dream vacation is going to become a reality. I'm actually been saving up for it for the last 3 years, very quietly. I don't even think I've told you guys about
Amsterdam.
this. I'm actually.
Gets there. What do you mean it's illegal?
I'm actually saving in between $12,000 to $15,000. I'm going to buy a one-way ticket to London, and I'm going to tour Europe until I run out of money and come back home. I want to go see. I want to go see everything. I want to go see London, Paris, Milan, Berlin.
Awesome.
I want to map it out. I'm trying to do it before my dad retires and before I get if I ever get married or anything, because I'll never go then.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to map it out where this is a bad way to look at it, but I can't leave right now because of my dogs. When they move on, that's the summer I'm going to leave.
She's going. Look at.
I'm not going to leave them with you for like I don't
This
know.
could be several
Let's be
months.
realistic. Well, I don't know because I'm going to do the absolute cheapest everything I
Right,
can. I'm
save
going to
on
try and
hostels and
find
stuff like
hostels.
that. Yeah.
I'm going to save on the money is going to go to sightseeing. And I want
Tony will be back in 3 days.
And I know.
Spend on hookers.
That's the thing. I don't know how long it's going to
Hookers
be.
and beer.
I don't know how long
12
I'd be there.
grand gone.
They have the thing called the Eurorail, which isn't that much money. That gives you pretty much free access between all the different countries.
Yeah.
And when I run out of money, I'm going to come home. And I to piggyback off that, there's a second trip that's way less down the to-do list, which is very similar in concept. Because Europe is very interesting to me. And this would be a secondary one that covers a majority of the rest of the world, but it's far more spread out, and it'd have to include airfare. Like, I want to go see the pyramids in Egypt, and I want to go check out Tokyo, and I want to go check out Thailand and Shanghai, but those are all far more spread out.
I really want to
go
come
see
to Tokyo with
Moscow. And
Kim said you're gonna forget money to come home with.
no, I'll just charge the plane ride home. When the money, I don't know. I might be out there for 2 weeks. I might be out there for 6 months.
Yeah, it depends on,
And I gotta do it before my dad retires because
Yeah.
he's not gonna want to run the company for me.
And then she says, and then we'll never see Tony again until some fat chick orders him as a Russian male.
Yeah.
So I have 2 dream vacations. One is pretty simple. I want to see the Aurora Borealis.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And
the
we get
other-
in Wisconsin surprisingly sometimes.
Really?
Yep. Where I'm at, Wisconsin,
Really?
it's not uncommon, but it's not every night.
Yeah,
It's
What the
not
hell is
even
this?
close. That's
The Aurora Borealis?
Northern
The
Lights.
Northern Lights?
Oh, okay.
They're
Um,
phenomenal when they come in.
Yeah. And then the other thing I want to do, and this is the expensive one, I want to travel to every location on the Earth where there's been a major civilization that's crumbled, just to see all the old civilizations that
It's
are.
gonna be hard in South America.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, you can go to like
A lot
Mexico, and that's
there.
about it. Yeah.
No, all he's got to do is play Uncharted first, and he'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to see all the old civilizations that have fallen.
Some of the I've seen some of the South American civilizations, and they're beautiful. They're mountains, and you have to walk up an entire mountain to get to there. Yeah. It's awesome.
Mark.
Oh yeah, wait no.
Next question.
already
Oh,
went-
next
oh, yeah,
question.
next
Oh,
question.
yeah, I was saying, was that yours?
Yeah, that was my question.
Oh, okay,
so-
cool. Let's see.
He's the last one to answer. So.
Marry, fuck, kill.
Okay. Who?
Yeah.
You go on.
Oh,
Who
we
would you
pick
do?
who we're
Yeah,
marrying,
yeah.
fucking killing.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would answer that question.
Yeah.
Um,
Do they have to be real?
I would marry Brian, I'd fuck Tony, and I'd kill Mark.
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer this question. I don't.
That's my answer.
I don't think about
Yeah,
this.
what are we doing?
ever.
Out of us?
Out of everybody, you can do anything.
Okay.
It's
In the world?
very broad.
I don't want to do this. I like all you guys, but I don't like any of you enough to marry you.
Brian's got a nice, nerd collection, so I went with him.
Okay.
Like physical.
I don't know how to play this game. Like I never think this.
I'll
way
do
about
real
anything.
people. I'll do real people.
That's what I was going for, and then
I want to marry Kate Beckinsale, even though she's already married. I want to fuck a lot of chicks.
I know that's the thing. It's like
Jesus.
you have one.
Who? Let me think of kill first. That talk show host
Jay Leno.
Chelsea.
who's so dumb. No, she's all right. Whatever. She's so dumb that they have to like.
Talking about like.
I think she was one of the
Kathy-
people on The View. The fat, manly-looking black chick.
Oh, Star Jones?
Sherry.
Sherry Shepherd.
Yeah, there you
Her.
go.
I'd kill her. The thingy went off. And what am I left with? Fuck.
Fuck, yeah.
God, there's so many chicks I want to do.
Brian just said fuck on a podcast.
What's that? The hot Spice Girl.
Talking about
Which one?
oh yeah, the one
Spice.
that's married to Beck.
Beckman.
Bosh Spice?
Posh.
Posh.
Victoria
Her.
Beckham?
I
Yeah,
want to
Victoria
fuck her.
Beckham, Yeah.
I want to fuck a lot of chicks though.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Well, Mary would probably be. Also, I think for Christina Ricci,
Okay.
always. But also Alison.
I got a story
Brie
to tell you about her off the air.
off the air. But lately it's been Alison Brie of all the like famous women. Just I don't know. Like I don't think about stuff like this really. Because Kill would be like Honey Boo Boo. I hate all those celebrities. I hate all those.
Fuck her!
Yes.
Fuck her!
I hate all those reality people. I
You're
hate
going
them
to
all.
kill a child.
She's not a child. She is a dwarf.
She's demon spawn.
She is secretly a dwarf. I swear to God, she's gotta be. I hate all those reality people. I can't stand them. Like when my friend was watching that My Cat from Hell. I love the show. I hate that host. The guy with the beard who carries around the guitar. He seems like a
Kinda
cool
cool.
guy. He seems like a really cool
Something
guy.
wrong with him.
But
He
he's like
follows me on Twitter.
he's a weird kind of hipster dude. He seems like a really nice guy, but I can't get behind that man. Just take it down. 20% is all I'm saying. Leave the guitar at home or shave the beard or
He
something.
opens a guitar case and he's got cat toys in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Oh,
All those
it's
reality
really
shows are
fuck
too
you.
goofy.
I would marry Jennifer Gardner.
Okay.
I had a crush on her for so
Yeah.
long.
I heard she's a bitch. I mean, that's just from Kevin Smith.
That's why you should just fuck her.
You're thinking Jennifer Lopez, aren't you? No, Garner too.
Because that's who Ben Affleck's married to now.
Yeah.
And now like Kevin Smith don't hang out with Affleck no more because
Really?
he don't think he thinks Gardner doesn't like him from when they were in Catch and Release together.
That's very sad.
Well, you know, she's in my mind is perfect, so you know. I'd fuck Emma Stone.
Oh God,
Okay.
yeah.
And then I think I'd kill Justin Bieber.
That's
That's a cop out. Everybody would kill him.
Yeah.
But we'll go with it.
Oh, it's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite superhero?
Batman.
No, pick somebody else.
No, you do that.
I don't know. That's rough.
Come on.
I can't say Sandman, right? Because he's a comic book character, but he's not a superhero.
No, a superhero. Your traditional superhero. Wow, I stumped Brian.
He's like
I have to-
Brody
I
at the
have
end
to
of
pick a good
Mallrats.
one.
Wow, that's a really good question. I mean, what do you take into account?
I am. And like a lot of my favorite comic book characters aren't really superheroes. Like Preacher, I love. But that's not a superhero.
No.
And I really like the Robert Downey Iron Man, but I've never seen any Iron Man. Like I've never really read much Iron Man besides Robert Downey.
I mean, he plays it pretty.
He plays a pretty
close.
good.
Yeah.
I know. And I hate the cop out, but I love Wolverine.
Okay.
'Cause he's
Ooh,
short.
badass.
And I'm a short guy. And the one thing that upset me about, like, I think that he plays a great Wolverine, but what's his name? Hugh Jackman is like 20 feet tall.
Dude, I went while you're on your tablet. Go ahead and Google an image of Glenn Danzig. He would have been the
He would have
perfect
been a good Wolverine. I've
Yeah,
seen it before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Glenn Danzig.
Yeah.
First order.
Mine, I guess, and it's because probably Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man has been so badass.
He's so awesome lately.
Superman for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Well, I think Jason's always been a big fan of Alpha Flight.
What's on his arm? Superman? Hey, Superman.
All right, I got one for you guys. With it coming back this week, what is your favorite Hostess treat?
Oh, that's just so easy.
No.
Well, I mean, it's either you have the.
How is it easy? I got like 20. I love
Really?
all this shit.
I only have like 2 that I really enjoy.
I would probably go with the cupcakes with the cream, the chocolate cupcakes with the cream filling.
I really thought there would be that in the Twinkie, but I'd actually go with the cupcake as well. The cupcake is fucking delicious.
What about was Ho-Ho's?
Yeah, that's Hostess.
And they made those
Oh, I forgot about
those
Hostess.
fucking apple pies.
Yeah,
Never had the
okay.
apple pies. The Ho-Ho's are
Totally,
amazing though.
totally
Sick.
taking it back. Apple pie, throw it in the microwave, throw some ice cream on it. Fantastic.
Oh, you're talking the same
Hostess apple pie.
The
The
same.
fillings.
The same.
I gotta go with
Those
Ho-Ho's.
are sugar
Yes.
coated, and they
Yeah.
come in those little pies.
Yes.
I know, but
Yes,
do you
you're
remember
right.
the Ghostbuster one?
Ecto, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That
Oh,
one was the
They had
best
a
one.
Ninja
Fucking-
Turtle one too,
Yeah.
didn't they? With the
Yeah.
Oh, I love.
I gotta go with the
those.
Ho-Ho.
But I still gotta go with the
forgot.
Ho-Ho's.
God,
Now you're thinking about it, and they
Yeah,
make a
I
lot of
was like, oh,
shit,
shit.
don't they?
Yeah,
so-
me too.
That I said Ho-Ho's. That was
I
fun.
am going with Old Faithful. I love the cupcake more than everything, but I'm very partial to many Hostess
Wow,
products.
nobody said Twinkie.
I don't like the Twinkie.
It's all right.
It's the face head, but it's like the worst thing they make besides those ugly coconut gross fucking things.
God,
Oh, the balls?
Snowballs?
Snowballs, yeah, they're
Fuck.
gross.
Terrible.
You eat the fuck out of those. Ugh.
Sick.
Gross.
That, like,
It's so like
Shame.
spongy and.
And the frosting has like a
For
weird, like,
shame.
styrofoam consistency with the coconut.
The strawberry Twinkies.
Next question.
All right, let's nerd it up a little bit. Even though I guess superhero is also nerdy. Steampunk, fantasy, sci-fi, or fuck that nerd shit.
Wait, steampunk,
Fantasy,
fantasy,
sci-fi,
sci-fi.
or fuck that nerd shit.
I'm going with steampunk. I think it's just a cool cross with everything.
I fucking hate steampunk. Hate it.
Yeah, it's
Hate it.
I
Hate
think,
it.
I think it's a
hate it.
youth. I think it's a youth thing.
And
It was either that or
what?
sci-fi
You know
for
what
me,
else
so.
I hate right after steampunk? It's fantasy. Fuck that D&D dragon bullshit, swords and fucking sorcery shit. I can't. I play D&D though. To be honest. But I can't do all that fantasy because I can't pronounce half the fucking names of everything in Lord
That's
of the
my
Rings.
problem with it
okay?
as well.
All right, I can't.
But I love Lord of the
yeah.
Rings. Lord of the Rings is awesome.
You know,
Love Peter Jackson.
so I guess I gotta de facto go sci-fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of all nerdom, my favorite thing is sci-fi, but I actually prefer fantasy. Like I like you were saying, Lord of the Rings is cool. I like HBO,
Legend?
HBO,
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, stuff
I
like
love
that.
Game of Thrones.
But my actual favorite is sci-fi, and that's Star Wars. So
I think a good sci-fi story is better than anything else, but fantasy I think tends to get a lot more.
I even like Willow.
So
and shit.
I love Willow. So I tend
So
to
fucking
watch
Willow.
a lot more
That's fantasy, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
I
that's-
tend to watch and like consume more fantasy.
So is Xena.
But I love sci-fi too.
Fuck! I forgot about Hercules and Xena.
Oh.
But see, that was produced by Renaissance, which was fucking Sam Raimi and Robert Tappert, who did Evil Dead and Army of Darkness. So that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
That's just like fucking saying Joss Whedon. So
Oh, Joss Whedon. Anyway,
Going off what Tony said, which is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Which
Jason's
did you like? What did you
notable.
like more, Jedi or Empire? I would actually probably have to say Empire.
Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah, and I know it sounds stupid, and it's the exact opposite reason that I believe Randall gave us. I like movies that end on a down note. I really do.
I'm Empire. Like everything went wrong.
Yeah.
Like the fucking movie was so like nothing went right in that movie, and it set it all up cool for the third movie, sure, but like everything was detrimental. That shit was fucking awesome. I love Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
It's the best in the trilogy, if you ask me.
Empire is the better movie, but I enjoy Return more because there's a little bit more force and more lightsaber. They go too far in the prequels, but I think Return of the Jedi had the right amount of like force and lightsaber to make it really cool.
If I could take 1 minute, well,
Sure.
I'll let you answer this, and then I'm gonna go over something that she sent me. That I'll rapid fire it, but it's kind of cool.
I am also with the Empire Strikes Back. The Battle of Hoth was one of my all-time favorite like action parts of a movie for like almost of all time at this point. So
I'm about to make something that's very rare. I'm about to make Mark feel old. We're gonna feel even older, but Mark's gonna feel really old.
Yeah, suck on that, Mark.
This is how old would these cartoon characters be now? It's really quick. Okay, SpongeBob, 27 years old now.
27.
Daria, 31. Doug, 33. Jem would be 47. Arnold would be 26.
So Jem would be into the Kabbalah and stuff now, huh? And be very-
Now you want to change your Mary Fuck Kill, don't
no,
you?
no.
Grandpa Phil from Hey Arnold would be 99. Tommy Pickles would be 22. George Jetson's 91. Judy Jetson is 66.
what? That's disgusting.
Allegra from
There you
Allegra's
go,
Window
Mr.
is
Jetson.
22.
Yeah,
on that
buddy.
young poon.
Sailor Moon is 36. Penny from Inspector Gadget is 40.
Oh, she was.
Hello
That was
Kitty
my
is
girl when I was a kid.
47.
The cat's dead.
Beavis and Butthead are 35. Wheeler
Now
from
just-
Captain Planet
now
is
their
40.
humor is just more pathetic.
Strawberry Shortcake is 39. Arthur is 25. Pepper Ann is 27. The Powerpuff Girls would be 20.
Nice.
So, just really quick. All right. It's my
So you're
question.
saying
right?
they're legal now?
Yeah, please.
He is.
Okay.
He's some Bubbles.
Get some buttercup.
Hey, Bubbles is fucking Harley Quinn, okay?
Oh, Tara Strong.
Mhm.
Oh, she's fantastic. She's a great voice actress.
She is. All right. I guess this one's a little serious. Who was your idol growing up? Could be, an actor, anybody,
Jerry Rice, number 80. He was the San Francisco 49ers. Excuse me, got baseball in the brain. Wide receiver. He is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. He's the reason I started playing football and loving it so much. I'm a Bears fan at heart. They're my favorite team. San Francisco was right behind it. At the time when I was growing up, you had to pick a side. You can be your city's fan, like I was with the Bears, but there was this entire decade where it was the Cowboys versus the Niners, and I hated the fucking Cowboys, still do to this day. They crowned themselves America's team, which I don't get because most people don't like them. So it was like the Niners were like the underdog at the time, and I just liked watching that guy play, and he was so much more skilled than anyone is today. Just pure raw talent. And that was before a lot of the drugs and stuff that, enhanced you. And all that other
Everybody's
stuff.
on.
I saw that guy make some catches that nobody would be able to pull off.
Nice.
And he was the reason I started playing receiver. And
Even
later,
Brandon Marshall?
Jerry Rice is way better. He's the GOAT, man. He's the fucking GOAT.
So when I was younger, it was probably Einstein, because I thought Einstein was like the coolest person in the world. But in the late 90s, I read something that kind of changed my life in a way that, not like it made me change my views on anything, but it was The Sandman by Neil Gaiman.
Mm-hmm.
When I was very young, I completely had forgotten that I wanted to be a writer when I was a kid.
Got a great surfer of that.
I wanted to be a writer, and I told my grandfather when I was 6 I wanted to be a writer. No, I was in 5th grade. I told him I wanted to be a writer. And he looked at me and was like, "You can't be a writer. Nobody gets to be a writer. Only Stephen King is a writer. Nobody else makes money as a writer." And I went to my mom and I said, "Mom, Grandpa said I could never be a writer." And she said, "He's right." And
Really?
I kind of just forgot about it. And then I read The Sandman. I'm like, this was amazing. This is the greatest thing I've ever read. And I was like, I liked writing. I forgot about this. And I started writing again.
Nice.
So I didn't write for years. So Neil Gaiman was probably the biggest influence on me.
Okay.
I may or may not be correct or incorrect about this, but I believe my sister's entire arm is dedicated to that. I may or may not
The
be
Sandman?
right. I believe. If Justin's listening, let me know, because I
Text
kind
her.
of forget. Yeah, too far. She never actually answers the phone anyway.
Okay.
So. Anyway, let's see. The person I looked up to the most, his name was Nicholas Anderson. He was a right wing on the Chicago Wolves, and my dad was security for the Wolves. So I was the cool kid, and I was down with the players like every season, 80, the 40 games are home or whatever. And literally, this guy, listed as 5'8" or 5'9", I think, and listed as like 160 pounds. I mean, he was probably 5'5", 5'6", and like 130, 40 pounds. That's basically what I turned out to be, actually. And I literally watched this guy. He was just how I was. Just probably one of the shortest guys on the ice, and I'd skate circles around everybody, which was awesome. And I looked up to him because we were the same, style of player. And also, fun fact, I used to play with my jeans on because I never wanted to get naked in the locker room. Took my jeans off one day just to try it out. Holy shit, I got into like 4 or 5 miles an hour. I was like, I will never wear pants playing hockey ever again.
I remember him.
Giggle at him?
I was there.
Nicest guy ever.
I was there, 96 or 97 when they won the Turner Cup? I was at the game. Still got the towel.
I was there.
Still got the towel.
Yeah. I emailed him when he was playing in the Swedish Elite League a few years ago.
Does he
back.
remember you? I don't know.
Yeah, he would remember. He would definitely remember me, yeah, but no, I never got
Who's up?
email.
Me?
Me.
Oh, you're up for that one,
Yeah.
sorry.
I would probably, I've got 3 that kind of stand out, and I won't really go into much detail, but as a kid growing up, being the huge wrestling fan that I am, and being an 80s kid, Hulk Hogan would have to be a huge
He was an
influence.
icon, yeah.
He was.
I was really big into when I was
Yeah,
a kid, too.
the whole kind of like walk the straight line. Granted, nowadays you realize that.
Well, I didn't know that. I was like 4 years old.
The
Yeah,
character,
yeah,
that guy
yeah,
was,
yeah,
the
yeah.
character that he portrayed.
That guy was awesome
the
for
true,
4 or 5
the
years
true
olds.
blue American. Always fought for good, regardless of the person that he actually is. He
Right.
portrayed that character, and he did a damn good job at it. The other one would literally, again, would have to be Batman. As stupid as it is, just the adversity that
Jason.
the character went through, and always kind of walking that line but staying true to his morals, you know, was a big one. And then of course, any kid from Chicago my age, you'd have to say Michael Jordan. Even if you weren't a sports fan, you looked up to the guy.
I wasn't a sports fan. You know who I looked up to was Walter Payton.
He's another one.
Yeah, when I was really young.
Yeah, but definitely would be MJ, because you know that was another, you know.
Although his life took a turn after he got out of basketball.
Yeah, same could be said for just about any major.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
But on the flip side, though,
It matters not. It's your childhood. It was your
yeah. You know, I wouldn't want to meet the man now. Because
Fuck,
it would
I
break.
would.
It would. Well, no. And here's why. Okay.
You never want to meet your idols. You never
I'm gonna give you a prime example.
Not that I have
My
any
cousin
evidence of that.
worked for Grossinger. Got to meet his childhood idol of Scottie Pippen, and crushed his fucking childhood because he's a dick.
Who cares though?
Yeah. I do. I would rather have the memories of me looking up to
See,
him.
the three people that I would have, like you ever heard that, like, what three people would you have dinner with or something? The three people that I think I would are all actually supposedly really cool people. So, but usually you don't want to meet your idols. Usually you don't.
Yeah.
You really
All right. Wendy's, McDonald's, or Burger King?
Oh, this is
Got it.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
That's not even a fucking question.
Wendy's.
That's like shit, or pretty good.
I love all three, but
I'm actually more of a
What?
Burger King guy, even though the Burger King over
Burger
here.
King's a close second to me because their burgers are way better,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that spicy chicken.
Yeah, the spicy chicken
chicken.
is the shit, but I do like the classic elongated chicken sandwich from.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Burger
That's not
King,
bad
though,
either.
too.
I eat them all, but Wendy's.
My
Yeah, me
favorite,
too.
my favorite form of nugget from the three was Burger King until they changed their fucking shit.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too, actually. And actually, I
yeah,
really
but
like
Burger
Wendy's
King,
now.
Burger King has the worst fries.
I'm
I
not
like
a
the
big
new
fry
ones.
person though.
I
like.
see, I love
love
Burger
McDonald's
King
has the
fries.
best fries.
I
I
love-
used to love Burger King's fries, and they're actually still alright to me.
If we want to be technical, my favorite French fry is Checkers.
Checkers
Oh, my
is
bad, the
amazing.
big three. The big
Yeah,
three.
of
You
the
get
big
curly
three.
fries?
Gene and Jude's
Curly
fries.
fries?
Wendy's, or not Wendy's, Arby's.
Gene and Jude.
Arby's.
You don't like
Arby's had good
Fries
curly
are
fries too.
atrocious.
I see. I prefer the home style of the curly fries.
I still agree with him. Checkers had some of the best French fries I ever had,
I
actually.
was heartbroken. I think it was a little.
And then it
over a month
closed.
ago,
And then it was there for
There's
years.
a Checkers.
Close.
There's a Checkers about
Really?
10 minutes from now.
That was the
It's open
best
right now.
Fast food
Right now.
ever.
And
Right?
beef.
Yeah.
Overall, I have to vote Wendy's. Burgers, strictly burgers. I think Burger King's the superior.
Burger King is better.
If you're just talking
Wendy's?
burgers, but I'm talking
Oh,
Wendy's
yeah,
is
I
the
don't-
overall experience. Their burgers are excellent. Their fries are excellent. Some of the off-menu stuff is really good as well. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Tacos.
Brett.
Your worst vice, something that you would change about yourself, but it's just so ingrained in you, you can't get rid of it.
When stuff starts like in an argument with like a significant other, when it just starts, it just should stop a lot sooner. Just try to make a point,
You
but I'm
shut the
always
fuck
wrong.
up over there.
But you know I'm always wrong. So
I have
it's
a
just
knife
like,
in my
but,
hand.
But then this, and it's just like no, shut down. It's like, but then no.
Even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
No.
This is how it works.
No. Yeah.
Sleep alone.
Truthfully, would probably have to be my smoking. Yeah, I can't stand that I do it, but I still do it. I don't have the willpower.
You got Tony to do it. more.
I know, right? What the fuck? I feel bad because I drugged this guy into it.
back into it. I
Yeah.
always was
Well, that's
smoking.
what you know. But yeah, I can't stand it. I hate it. I turn into as much of an asshole as I am now. If I go and try to just cold turkey, I'm fucking evil. I'm like a fucking chick on the rag. Okay, I'm serious.
Chick on the rag.
You know, it's nasty. It's
I
nasty.
almost wanna, it's almost
So.
like.
It's almost better just to like.
Smoke.
There's literally like I tried going cold turkey. I think I got a day and a half, and she's like, "I'm going to fucking get you a pack of cigarettes." That's how evil I was.
As for myself, this is something that has come out lately with
Masturbation.
with me, like within the last 5 years or so. I used to be to the opposite sex. I think I used to be a lot easier to get along with. I was just in a lot more relationships, a lot more long-term stuff. My plate was very full when I was younger.
Glitter and bite marks.
No, that's my life nowadays. It turns into a lot of one-weekers, one-nighters, one-monthers.
5 minutes.
I'm a lot more.
Till the lights turn
I don't
on.
want to call it picky. I'm a lot more like critical of who I spend my time with of the opposite sex. Like
Oh.
no, like
Damn
like,
it.
like guy friends I make super easy. Girls, like, I just, like, after a week, I always find something wrong. I can't get anything substantial. Like, the last, like, 3-4 years of my life's been like that. It's just one to the next of, like, very, very short-term things. And when I was younger, I had a bunch of, like, 4 and 5 year relationships. It's like my life's totally different now.
Old.
And I can't seem to find somebody that I get along with female-wise for longer than a month.
I'll introduce you to Marilyn if you want. I don't know if she's your type or not, but she's single.
Marilyn Monroe.
She does want to get married and have a kid at some point. I don't know how you feel about that.
Maybe, I don't know.
Little Tony's.
Little Tony's running around.
Oh God.
Put my cock out.
Just doing the slap.
Doing the propeller? Okay.
That's my
me?
son.
Are you still going, or?
No, I'm done.
Okay. I kind of have two. One that probably makes me the least. There are two that make me unhappy. There's the fact that I'm kind of shy. I get along with people well enough, but I tend to like be very reserved. So I don't meet a lot of people, especially women. I haven't been on a date in like 10 years. I just gave up on it. But the thing that holds me back the most is probably that I'm a procrastinator. My buddy Dimitri's like, you're a writer that never writes, and you're really good, and you never fucking do it. And he's right. Like, the one time I was really good at it, I took a year, every day for a year I wrote a book, and I finished it. And I started rushing through it toward the end because I wanted to get it done. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing I'm very bad at. I procrastinate a lot, and I know it holds me back.
Yep.
Next one. What is your favorite time of year? This can be a season kind of thing. Spring.
Fall.
Fall.
Fall, hands down. It's got all my favorite shit all at one time. My birthday, Halloween. I love the changing the seasons. It's kind of weird to
I love the smell of death.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's weird.
Plant death.
It's weird to put fall on such a pedestal because it's the only time as humans we sit there and look at death and like, ooh, look at how pretty it is. It's like the leaves are fucking dying for the year, and we're just like, oh, it looks so cool. But I love it. I love the weather. I love the hoodie weather. I love the stuff that comes along with it. Drinking with your buddies in hoodies around a campfire and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's not hot. It's not cold. Everything about it, I just love it. For me as a landscaper, landscaping season's winding down, and I'm looking forward to winter when I'm off for 3-4 months. Everything about fall is
AKA
cool.
the masturbation season.
All day.
I even like Columbus Day. I know not many people care, but I enjoy it.
Temperature-wise, fall, but visually, winter.
Okay. Cool.
I am all about fall as well for almost every reason that you said.
I know my
Tony,
birthday's awesome, right?
Yeah. Not even adding mine in. I'm just going to leave it like that.
What is your dream job?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Finally.
That's why we have backups.
That's not the first one that's been crossed off.
That's why we have backups. My dream job.
Although I think the other one I crossed off was also you, Jason, which was the role model.
I would like to have...
I got serious in the middle of my questions, and then they go stupid again.
I would like to have a an actual decision-making job, not just work for General Motors, but like somebody who can make a difference, who can right the ship of the greatest automotive company that has ever been, that is on a downward spiral over the course of the last 20 years. They need me to right the ship.
Of course.
I know it would change everything because it's a bunch of really old timers that have been there for 80 years that don't understand what needs to be done. Like, I'm not just talking about like a guy who's that, or I'd love to have the talent to be an actual automotive designer and work for Ferrari. Like, if I had the drawing power, I would like to work for a Ferrari.
Okay.
For me, I've already said it like 10 times today, but to be a writer, stories of any kind, like fiction of all sorts, movies. I'd love to tell I'd like to do like a good video game story. I'd love to do all those things. Just stories in many mediums.
Very cool. Me, it's what I went to college for. Was I'd love to be a lighting artist at Naughty Dog would be amazing. Tony said Naughty Dog there. I don't really care how I'd work. I'd like to be at a huge AAA company that I at least respect, and I'd love to have a job with them doing what I went to school for.
See, if I was that good, I don't think I'd want to work at one of my favorite studios because I don't know if making like seeing the sausage being made.
You want
Yeah,
to, well, you want to
yeah.
have the one that you admire, and then you work on someone else and make them.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like I want to play for if I was talented in working for video games, I'd want to work for a good game. You don't want to work for something.
Yeah, you don't want
whatever.
to do Barbie horse adventures.
But
for the rest of
like
your life.
I
Yeah.
don't want to make Uncharted. Like I want to experience Uncharted. I don't want to work for Telltale. I want to I don't want to be making that stuff and have it ruined for me. I want to see that. Maybe work for somebody like Battlefield or whatever, because that's like the story's not what you're playing for. You know what you're getting. That's reputable. A lot of people are seeing your work, and you're not ruining Battlefield by making it. I don't know. Just my opinion.
Besides literally doing this, what we do, the back end of the producing and everything, I really enjoy that.
Can't be Batman.
No, shut up. One thing that I've always liked, and it's because I've been such a fan of it since I was young, is I'd love to write what they call in the business angles, wrestling stories. You know, to kind of tie together how the characters interact and stuff. Any armchair wrestling fan or even sports fan always wants to do something along those lines. Like your dream matchup and stuff like that. But I think it'd be pretty cool to do that. On a serious note, like the audio and video producing, getting into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without any formal schooling or training.
Yeah.
It's on to you, sir.
All right. Favorite movie of all time.
This is kind of a funny one. It's the Neil Gaiman translation of Princess Mononoke. He did the English version of the script that I'm assuming it was translated by someone else, and then he rewrote it.
Yeah.
But he made a slight change and actually made every character relatable. Maybe it was the same way in the original, but when I watched it with a native Japanese speaker, they said that some of the characters were just straight up mean and like completely horrible. With the English translation, every character. The interesting thing about that movie is that every character is in some way relatable. You have the prince who's trying to bring balance. You have, and for people who don't know, it's a cartoon. It's a Miyazaki movie. It's kind of like about a war between nature and man. And there's a woman.
Avatar. Avatar.
Way before Avatar.
Yeah, I know.
It's about like the nature is like these wolves and these spirits of the wood, and it's like man, it's like actual people. And in the original version, apparently the woman who runs the city is not quite as nice and as relatable. But it's just like you can pick a side, but no matter which side you pick, they have both upsides and downsides. And I thought it was a really balanced way to look at the whole issue.
Nice. Mark, favorite movie all time?
Looking back, I love
Matrix,
Office
isn't it?
Space. I like Shaun of the Dead and all that stuff.
yeah.
But there's one it's between two right now. It's like I love The Longest Day. That was one of my favorite. But I'm
The
probably
original?
Yeah, the original. Yeah. I'd have to say Kelly's Heroes is probably my favorite movie of all time. I've watched it probably over 50 times at least as a kid. It's Clint Eastwood, it's Terry Savalas, it's Donald Sutherland, and a bunch of other people you'll probably recognize. And it's a war movie, and it's it's Bad Company. If you played Battlefield Bad Company, that's what that game's based on, is Kelly's Heroes, and it's phenomenal. It's got a little weird humor thing, and they do like the good, bad, and the ugly theme at one point because they have the walk off of Oddball, which is Donald Sutherland's character, who's a freaking weirdo, and yeah, it's awesome.
It's really, really hard for me to pick out one specific movie. There's two that really, really stand out to me. One is really stupid, and that's Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead!
Yeah, I just absolutely loved Evil Dead 2. Just the shit that character goes through.
It's almost a movie that doesn't know if it's a comedy or a horror movie.
And that's what really got me.
Because it's both in so many ways.
It's a great analogy for life. Is it funny or is it horrible? But the other one, literally when this movie came out, I was living down in Florida. Really, really kind of awkward point in my life where I didn't know what I wanted to do and what I, how I wanted to do it and everything. And the movie really kind of jumped out and spoke to me. And a lot of people just brush it off as, whatever, a stupid comedy, but it was Clerks 2. If I have a really shitty day, I come home and I put that movie on, and just like watching it makes everything better.
You know, the second, not even the second half, but like the very end of that movie, yeah, absolutely. It's kind of poignant. It's got the whole, you know,
Should I get off
Yeah.
the pot?
yeah,
That's
the first
and the
movie too,
fact
but
of like, you know,
In the jail cell is a cool scene.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Exactly.
the jail cell.
That really.
Where
that
Randall's
really-
like, no, I would do this for the rest of my life. Yeah.
And that was a really big point, and especially the theme of the movie is Dante's moving to Florida. I was in Florida, and like I wanted to go back. That night, I actually flew. I came back to Chicago for my cousin's birthday, I believe, and I was on my way back down there. And at the airport, I was like, "Don't you dare put that print together. I want to build that." I was working at the movie theater. I'm like, I want to put the print together. I want to screen the movie. So they made sure to wait for me. And I sat in the theater by myself the day before it came out, watched that movie. And that was the night that I decided that I was moving back to Chicago. And like, as stupid as it sounds, like I fucking started crying at the end of that movie. Sitting in a theater by myself. I'm just like, I'm going home. I'm going home. So that's and it was a big turning point for me.
Do we only have 4 more of these?
What?
I think we only have 4 more. Right?
I think we're gonna jump into do one last one.
One
right?
last one, okay.
Yeah, right. Out of the questions that we have, since we're running a little long.
Oh, we're okay for a while.
We're still good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, we're good. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did 6, so we have 4 more. Yeah.
Okay.
We're okay. Fuck it,
Oh,
man.
okay.
If it's a little long, it's a little long. Whatever. For me, I am going to name.
It's not like I gotta eat or anything.
I am going to name an honorable mentions, but I will pick. So, and I have it already. For me, it's hard to pick because of the amount of genres. My favorite comedy of all time is Dumb and Dumber. That's right up there. And horror movie would be the original Halloween.
We've been over that. We're not getting into that.
I'm not getting into any of these. I'm just saying. But
If you want to find out why, go back and listen to the Blacklist Halloween cast.
But my favorite movie of all time is The Shawshank Redemption.
It's a good movie.
We could just
Good movie,
speed
yeah.
up the answers a little.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
fine.
all. We could
Yeah,
get
no,
through. We
no
could get
problem,
through it.
no problem. I thought everybody
Still
was
talk,
getting
no talk, but you know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
maybe
no,
not
I-
20-minute answers.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay. A thing that you hate that everyone else loves. A thing that you love that everyone else hates.
Let's see. Things I hate that everyone else loves.
Star Wars.
No, that wouldn't be true. YouTube. You somehow like PewDiePie. What the fuck is wrong with you? That guy's annoying ass accent. It's only gonna be people who watch YouTube. He's one of the most subscribed people on YouTube. I can't stand the man, and he's easily raking in thousands of dollars a day.
And something that you love that everybody else hates.
Do you want to come back around for that?
Yeah, we'll come back around
Yeah.
for that.
Okay. I absolutely despise and can't stand, and even though people have told me because I like Buffy and Angel that I like it, I fucking hate Doctor Who because it's fucking trendy. It is.
fucking
It's
boring. Nothing ever happens.
no, I understand it's low budget because it's Britain and all this and that and blah blah blah. But you know what?
And you've seen Blink.
If I want to watch something that's Wheaton-esque, I'll go watch Joss Wheaton's work. I can rewatch Buffy and Angel. No, I haven't seen Blink.
The one episode that you should watch before you is Blink.
I watched an episode with fucking Giles on it.
No.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not even a good
And
one.
I'm just saying. I watched one and I was like, this is stupid.
Most of them are cheesy nonsense, but Blink is really good.
I
Blink's a
will
good
take you.
episode.
I will take
Yeah.
you up on that. I will watch this
Yeah.
episode called Blink.
It's a good episode.
And
It's good
then
sci-fi.
I will
That one
continue
is.
to shit
You
all
can-
over
you can-
Doctor Who
look, you can
because
say-
when I walk
yeah.
into Hot Topic and everything in there is fucking
Yeah.
TARDIS.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got- I-
No,
I-
yeah,
my
that's-
TARDIS,
yeah.
my sonic screwdriver. Stick your sonic screwdriver up your ass. Bill and Ted were fucking better. I don't care.
Bill and Ted were based on.
I don't give a shit because
Okay.
Bill and Ted had George Carlin. I win. George Carlin.
For me, I'm going to go with reality television. I don't get it. I don't like any of it.
Duck Dynasty?
I am.
That's not really.
Yes!
I am
He loves
so,
the Duck Dynasty.
I'm so with you.
That's not reality
I know.
TV.
I'm so with
That's
you.
a
That's
show.
mine as well. I cannot. The only reality show I've ever liked is Penny Arcade Strip Search because it wasn't about deconstructing people and making them all look like shit. I can't stand most reality
So I
shows.
hate,
The only one-
Wipeout. I hate Wipeout for that.
The only one that was tolerable for
Hate
me
Wipeout.
was so far from a reality show that it really didn't count. I'm a big golfer, and there's this show, I can't even think what the fuck it's called. It's Golf Channel's reality show. It's about golfing. They take a bunch of amateurs, and they're all pretty good, but the winner gets a shot at going on the tour. It's not like can you sing or what can you fucking do to dance or can you do a magic trick. It's just a golf show.
Do you ever watch
Yeah.
Top Shot? Top Shot does that, but Top Shot's actually really kind of cool. Like, it's just shooting guns in ridiculous ways.
I most reality.
And you get
TV is
eliminated and
awful.
stuff like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
that
Oh,
formula
and
to
Hell's
it.
Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen is amazing.
Right here.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit.
Fucking love Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. Yeah,
Master
all-
Chef's good too.
I just love Gordon Ramsay. Watch anything he does.
All right, one you like that everybody else doesn't like.
One that you like that everyone else doesn't like.
You still haven't thought about it, have you?
I haven't
I'm trying to think of something as well.
It's like
I guess, I mean, I can't say that everybody else likes, but maybe, general consensus from our culture is that wrestling is a fucking hillbilly sport, like NASCAR, and I tend to disagree. I know out of all of us, I'm more passionate about it. I won't say that you don't like it, but no,
I enjoy it.
That's
on TV.
I can either be a total fucking like cynical and dissect how shitty it is, or I can fall into it
enjoy the
and kind of get
entertainment.
into it. Yeah, I can, either
Yeah.
or. So for that aspect, that's fine.
For me, this is untrue as of the last 4 or 5 years, but the whole beginning of my life for the first 2 decades, it was very true, and that was being a hockey fan. I loved hockey, and being in Chicago, there was a very dark point in Chicago hockey where they just went away for a decade, where they weren't on television. The owner was really shitty. He blocked all the games out.
Yep.
They didn't buy any good players. Everything was
They
really
traded
bad.
away the good
it was
ones.
it was a really hard time to be a hockey fan, and I stuck through it. And now it's untrue. Everybody's a hockey
everyone loves
fan.
that, and no one
Everybody's
knows the dark history
Yeah.
of the Hawks.
It was a tough time to be a hockey fan.
I wasn't a Hawks fan for most of my life, just because of those reasons.
So did you think of one that you like that everybody else hates?
I currently still like Microsoft, even though most people hate them.
Yeah! I mean, even though I got a fucking Mac, whatever.
Yeah,
Still,
I mean-
we're still buddies.
Damn it, Apple! Something that everybody else likes that I hate.
Yeah,
Shit!
that.
Too late. Brian?
I'm gonna go with first-person shooters. It's the most popular genre right now, and I do play the occasional one like BioShock, but it has to have something interesting about it. Like military games, can't fucking play them.
Yeah, I can't do it
Cannot
either.
play them.
Well, we'll find out this fall when I go back to Battlefield after like a fucking 4-year hiatus.
There's not a single military style I can't play them.
All right, next question.
What was your favorite episode of this show?
Of ours?
Yeah.
Of this show?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I gotta pick out a favorite.
I can start off with mine. Literally, mine ends up actually being every year when we do the year-round wrap-up. I love going back. Tony usually does a fantastic job finding, things we thought would come true, whatever else, and then the actual picking of, Game of the Year stuff. That is, one of the only days that every single thing we talk about is, did you like this game? What game? And you get to see what we all played this entire year, and I've always liked it. We've
Even
done
though-
2 of them so far.
Even though it was technically done as a blacklist, it was still a video game. It was the City of Heroes one that I did with Adam and Andy. Just because it was nice to sit down and reminisce before the game closed out. But if I have
Thanks
to
for
pick,
picking one that me and Mark
hold on,
won't go out.
hold on, hold on. I don't remember what episode it was. Okay, but the Resident Evil rant was probably my favorite. When I got so angered that I was throwing things,
I
and you
remember
guys
that.
were hiding under the table.
I remember that.
That and really quick, our epic battle between Link and Kratos during the tournament.
Yeah.
That was good.
Dreading the tournament every day. Oh, God
I agree
damn
with
it.
Mark. I love those, but I have one that I think topped it. I don't. I'm talking about the 1-year anniversary show. I don't think
a sexy cast.
I don't think anything special happened that day, and I don't think the cast was better or anything. But being part of it here was cool. We had 8 or 9 people over. We brought a bunch of people from the whole first year of the show. We brought a lot of people back that you guys haven't heard from in 6, 7, 8, 9 months. All these guest voice. We had. It was cool. It was fun doing that show. I don't know if the show was anything special.
Yeah, you never know.
But being part of that, it was
Yeah.
one of my favorite ones to record.
Yeah, and I mean we've got We've got a couple more big ones coming up here because we're gonna have episode.
I don't want to do years anymore.
Yeah.
I want to celebrate episode 100.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do 150, 200.
Yeah.
I don't want, because it's going to complicate things if you celebrate episode 100 and then 108 for the or 104 for
Yeah.
the 2 years. It's just forget the yearly anniversaries.
I think at least maybe like we'll do something big for episode 100, obviously, and then maybe we can do a special, not like bring everybody back, but do something kind of special at least for the 1 year for the 2 year for like the topic of the week or something.
We'll figure something
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
I haven't been listening that long because I didn't really know about it until fairly recently. But I would say the coolest thing for me was the Media Molecule interview. Even though it wasn't
Missing
Real
World's
Minute.
Media.
I'm sorry. What did I
That's
say?
okay,
Media?
that's okay,
Yeah,
that's
that's
okay.
Little Big Planet. I'm sorry.
I was like, when the fuck did we talk about
Yeah, no, Missing
Oh,
World's
that was
Media.
me.
I apologize. It was just really cool. It was like, it was kind of like it was the beginning of things for me. Because it was kind of like
It was one of your first episodes.
one of the first times I'd been there. I wasn't really. I mean, it wasn't on the interview, but it was just like it was kind of cool to see like the gears turning and to see.
Well, that specific
And that would help you
interview
guys,
wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
With the technical side of setting everything up, and that was phenomenal the way that played out.
And I also realized after we started on this subject that I did 2 things that I hate that everyone loves and not a thing that I love that everyone hates.
Go ahead, really quick.
I can't really think of anything, but if I do,
okay.
I'll say something.
All right, right on.
Whose question was that?
That was mine.
It was
too.
yours. All right. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
3.
3.
365.
Yeah. Way to go.
No, I know.
Three.
No, I saw the commercial.
I've seen it,
I
okay.
actually know the commercial.
Okay.
That was on TV when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That was my question.
I was trying to remember what the actual number was, and I know that's not right. But I just guessed something close-ish.
Tony?
How many are left? Because I have too many left. 1, 2. I'm
We
trying.
have 3 left.
trying-
Well, you
I
should
get
have
3
4
left?
right now.
Okay. Favorite band or musician if it's a solo artist?
Oh, fuck you.
Oh man, this is rough. Okay, I'm gonna say something really weird. I would probably say
Michael
Weird Al.
Bolton. No.
No, Weird Al. Believe it or not. Like, I didn't really get into music until the 90s with like Smashing Pumpkins and stuff like that. The only music I listened to before that was Weird Al. I didn't get into pop or anything like that, but because Weird Al was kind of skewing it and making fun of it, I loved it.
All the
So to
pop
this day,
monkeys.
he's like my favorite.
He took a big bite and said it tastes just like chicken.
Pop
The
pie.
night
Was it?
Santa went crazy. Nobody knows what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
you
The Night
guys.
Santa went crazy. Yeah.
I actually prefer Straight Outta Linwood, album-wise, which was one of his newer ones.
I mean, like, I'm a fan of like Smashing
I like
Pumpkins,
White
Decemberists, but
If it was my
Yeah.
favorite band, it would be they've been around for 11 years, maybe going on 12 years actually now. Silverstein.
I can't pick a favorite.
Well, pick.
I'm a huge music buff.
Pick.
No.
Yes.
No. I'll name off a couple and leave it at that. Would be Metallica. I even like newer Metallica. I don't give a shit what anybody
Yeah, I
says.
don't mind newer Metallica.
Finnish
Except Anger.
Finnish band called Him, which is a tattoo that I have on my leg.
it almost got you in trouble. Well, not in trouble, but almost got you into a little bit of a uncomfortable situation in my store at the Evanston GameStop. Remember when the person was questioning you about?
Oh yeah, that fucking crazy person was like
Well,
talking to me about Jesus. They
Yeah.
thought it was a pentagram. I'm like, no, it's a heartogram. What's a heartogram? It's love. For newer music, I really like Disturbed. Local, of course, again.
I have someone who worked with them. I know someone who worked with them.
And then would have to be Ozzy Osbourne and his guitarist, Zakk Wylde, which has his own band, Black Label Society. That can't go any... that's a whole show.
Favorite band of all time for me is 311. In a close second place is Led Zeppelin.
Okay. That's quite the contrast. I mean, most of mine was, like...
I listen to a lot of shit.
Well, I'm just saying, it's still...
Okay.
311? Really?
311 is my favorite band.
I can only name one song by 311. I'm just saying, like me. I'm
So
like me.
is Amber the color of your energy?
That's the worst song they've ever made.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking of what Down.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the only song that I can
That's
name.
more what they sound
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
not Amber. Next question.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a. Okay, let's go with an easy one. Your favorite restaurant and dish?
Damn it, last 2 ones might have been taken. Give me that. Let me get rid of these. So we got favorite restaurant. I'd have to say they just do phenomenal. It's actually in Park Ridge. It's Hula Hands. Has anyone been there? I fucking love their food. They are so good.
Yep.
It's a Let Us Entertain You place as well, if you know they're there.
Wait, hey, don't we got a gift card to let us entertain? All right, fucking A, we're going to Hula Hands. Because Alan used to work there.
Didn't these be Old Orchard, or is that a different one?
They have a few, so
They
I'm
have
not
a few,
exactly
okay.
sure. So
I've only been on one uptown.
Does fast food places count?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
What's your favorite restaurant and dish? Go for it.
I fucking...
Did you say dish?
Oh god,
Yeah.
everything there is fantastic. Like literally, they have a really good chef in back right now, so you can't go wrong at this point.
Okay.
I absolutely love me some Portillo's.
Portillo's is goddamn
Portillo's,
great.
and along with Portillo's, it's pretty obvious what my favorite dish is, and that's a big beef with mozzarella cheese, hot
I love,
peppers, dipped.
do you do the Barnelli's too?
They're both good.
Barnelli's is
both
okay.
great.
I just, if I go to Portillo's, I feel bad if I don't get the Italian beef.
No, okay.
You know, that's kind of how that goes.
Mine's Texas de Brazil. There is no dish
Oh,
in particular because you eat everything. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like a buffet type style.
I was gonna go there one day, and we're like, oh, we don't want to spend that much.
Is it a moth?
No, it's huge SMG.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
I guess for me, I don't know if I have a favorite place, but there's this place that not a lot of people know about around here because it's out in Mundelein, one of the places I work. It's called Caboose. And it's this little sandwich place. It's just really good, and it's all like quality food. $10, you get yourself a sandwich and fries. It's really good. They have a overloaded turkey stack club. It's fantastic.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. That was whose question? That was
was
yours.
mine.
That was
Who's
yours.
yours?
What is your favorite retail store? And since this isn't game related, it has to be anything besides GameStop. Or
Does
anything
anybody really love
electronics, I guess.
GameStop?
Nah.
I used to before I worked there. I loved going in there and
Yeah,
just
me too.
staring.
Yeah, me too.
Back in the day, before it was like fucking trendy cool to go to, I really enjoyed going to Hot Topic.
Oh,
But now I
hate it
can't-
now.
I can't stand
walk
Hot
in
Topic
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know, man. Maybe Best Buy? Just because there's a bunch of shit in there that I
There's
can't
a bunch
afford,
of shit in there.
that I want to play with. You know? And usually, you know, I can tell the employees to fuck off and then they leave me alone. That's a plus.
Clearly, you guys are not women. I can think of like 10 favorite stores.
For
Nobody
me,
fucking asked you!
I got. I'm going to give the podcast answer, which is Best Buy, because I like walking in there. They got a video game section. They got I'm really into electronics.
Yeah,
I like
me
the
too.
bits of
I
this.
mean,
For everybody, I don't even think you guys know what the hell this is. It's a little mom and pop shop. It's called the Chevy Shop. It's down on Cicero. Actually, not too far from here. It's an automotive performance parts store. There's only one. Nobody knows what the fuck it is. I like it so much, not because of the shopping experience. There's these 3 old gearheads that run it, and you walk in there and you just talk muscle cars with them. The experience is what is cool there. Their parts are way more than everybody else because they're shop. You can find everything cheaper
Rock Auto
online.
and
And,
yeah.
But you just go in there and they're these like 65-year-old guys who've just been working on cars their whole life and have awesome, cool car stories to tell
Nice.
you. So it's
Very
a cool
cool.
shopping experience.
You know, I don't shop a lot just because
The
if I
Apple
do,
Store.
I hate the Apple Store. Oh, it's a horrible
he
experience.
hates the Apple Store because he tried to get hired there.
No, I did long ago, but I would never want to work there now.
Fuck, she brought up a good point. Go ahead.
I
I'll
don't
mention
know.
it.
I used to really like Barnes & Noble and Borders back in the day.
Oh, God, Borders was the
I used
shit
to work at
back
Borders.
in the day.
It was
Which
great.
one?
2 of them. I worked one in McHenry, one in Wilmette.
Okay. She was at the Harlem and Irving one.
Oh, were you?
She was a barista.
I did that a little bit. That's how I actually got the job there, was because I worked at a cafe for like 2 months before they had to hire their cousin because they needed to hire me, needed a job, and they got rid of me. Which I understand, so whatever, it wasn't great anyway. Anyway, I used to love Borders because Borders used to pride themselves on having 100,000 or more books per store. Individual, not like total quantity,
Yeah.
but like of titles, like 100,000 different titles. They were overpriced. Their media in particular was horribly overpriced and didn't help them stay in business. But I used to just love going there and just browsing the shelves and just finding something. Yeah.
You'd make it like a fucking, like, I'm bored and I'm going to Borders.
Yeah, and you would always find something you wanted to buy.
And this is what she. I know you're gonna go really
No,
quick
that's
here. She mentioned it when I was bored at Borders, which that Harlem and Irving one was my borders. Even as a kid, I used to go right across the street to Rolling Stones Records.
Oh yeah, that place is
I
awesome.
loved that place. I haven't been in there in a couple of years until I had to buy the Blues Brothers album because it wasn't available on Amazon or iTunes. I had to go there to find it.
The Virgin Megastore was really cool downtown.
I've never been to there. I used to go to Tower Records. That was my place.
Yeah.
And right over here, but it's closed, which is why I didn't answer it. It's my favorite store of all time. It was called Windy City Game Exchange. It was essentially...
What the fuck you doing in my neighborhood know about Windy City
I was
Game
always
Exchange?
in Portage, motherfucker.
Really? Wow.
I grew up over here, dude.
Remember we used to fucking put it was 10 cents and they let you play any game
I
that
used
you
to
wanted?
like City News down here that had every...
City News is still there.
It's different now.
It's the same owner.
Do they still have the guarantee that if you find a magazine that they don't sell,
I don't
they
know.
pay you?
I don't know. You might
They have
to stop
every
me there.
magazine. Anyway, Windy City Game Exchange was essentially
A mom and pop video game store.
that had old systems. This was in the time of like PS1-ish when they were still open, and it was the only place you could walk in and find a Wonder Swan and all of the fucking games for Wonder
man,
Swan.
I wanted one of those so bad back in the day.
They had
So,
fucking everything.
They had everything.
that place was the shit.
Disorganization at its finest.
They
but
let-
they had
they'd let you
everything.
play any game. You could demo it before you bought it, or if you just wanted to play, it was literally like 10 cents for 5 minutes.
You know, you used to do that too. Was you remember Captron
No.
at the Lakewood Town Center? You can go there. This is back in the NES days. You can go and be like, I don't know if this is gonna be good or not, and they would pop the game out. They had like, I think 9 displays, 9 TVs, and you just come and try it out.
I would also cop out and say Best Buy as well because they just have so much stuff. But if we're going for like a not as huge retailer, I like. Oh crap! What was that place?
I just thought of a place. Sorry.
Go.
That's-
Roll his
that's
thing.
not-
Fry's Electronics.
That place is a lot of fun.
That place is fun
There's a
and huge.
I
Never
forgot
been
about this
there.
place. There's
I've
a place
always
in
wanted to go.
Evanston
Let's go.
called Bookman's Alley. It is the coolest place in the world. Maybe not in the world. It's a bookstore hidden in an alley in Evanston. It's all old
Tygon
books.
Alley?
Kind of, yes. It's this place. It's just a mess of books.
Really?
You go in there. It's almost like going into a museum or like some like library from like a fantasy school for wizards.
Yeah.
But it's not all fiction books. It's just old books.
Nice.
And it's like you
You're
won't see it
gonna
off
give
the
me
road.
the address. I want the
It's
address.
Awesome. I don't even know if they're still in business, but that place.
Find out.
It's so awesome. Bookman's Alley in Evanston.
Who's up for question?
Mine?
Just home.
I'm gonna jump down the list here a little bit. Do you believe in UFOs? I believe we've already gotten that answer from you before.
No. I do not. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in aliens. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
believe
from our black
I don't
list,
believe in
yeah.
God. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in. I'm a realist. I need it like shown to me. I believe in science.
Okay.
It's fun. I like watching alien shows. I like watching ghost shows. I love learning about the ideas behind them, but I don't believe in any of it.
Okay.
I wish that there were such a thing because it'd be really cool and fun. I don't think that there are ghosts or anything like that. But did you say aliens? Just aliens?
Yeah.
UFOs.
Oh, just UFOs? No, I don't think that there have been any UFO visits here. But I think that it's possible there's something else out there. But not that.
Oh, I never said that. There could
Yeah.
be life somewhere
Somewhere
else,
else,
but
yeah.
I don't think they can get here
That's
and
come
we
here?
can't get there.
No, I think that I tend to agree with Stephen Hawking that we may not want aliens to come here.
Yeah.
Because if they're anything like us, we're fucked.
I believe in UFOs because yes, there is always unidentified flying objects. Sometimes they turn out to be frisbees or baseballs,
But they are unidentified.
but they are unidentified until I wake up after being hit in the face with them.
Then it's identified when it's laying next to my
I
face.
generally want to say no, I don't believe, but if I start, and just like I was talking about Wikipedia earlier, if I start like falling down that rabbit hole, I can temporarily convince myself and
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
I can do
scare
that.
myself
I can do
into
that.
temporarily
That stuff's
believing it.
fun. I do that shit all the time. I
No,
watch
fuck
Ancient
it.
Aliens.
Like 3
all
o'clock
I
in the
love
morning,
that
I'm like, I
stuff.
gotta fucking turn that off.
Slenderman.
Oh no! See, I'll start seeing shit, and I'm like, "What the fuck was that light?"
How many I got left? 3?
You have two
Two.
now.
Okay, I'm doing this one for sure. That's the last question of the day.
Wait, is that right? 2?
Yeah.
Or does he have 3 and we have?
I don't know. I
Do
put
you?
too
I'll
many.
do a quick one just
Okay.
to move this
We'll
along.
say 2.
Do you guys play an instrument that you wanted to let everybody know you do?
No, I've always intended to learn, but I am not musically. I can't keep time to music. I've never been
The
able
exact same answer.
to. Sorry.
I actually know how to play a recorder.
Oh God, the worst instrument that was ever invented.
I
ever.
do. Sadly.
Plays one beat. Du, 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 du.
With recorders, though, wasn't it the best when you would grab your fingers over all the buttons and just blow as hard as you could into it and just piss your parents off?
I can kind of play a harmonica a little bit. No formal harmonica training, but my grandfather on my father's side kind of taught me when I was younger. I can hold a drum beat, very basic, but nothing fancy. And I'm still trying to learn guitar and or bass.
I can play.
Where's my rocksmith? I'm supposed to let me borrow that shit.
I can play very
Meat
basic piano songs. I never taken a lesson. I don't know how to read music. I have a buddy who's excellent at piano and just showed me the keys to push and when to push them. And I can play a few songs on the piano.
And hit him every time he's
I could play like La Cucaracha and stuff. I could seriously do that on the piano.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
No, I could play like 3 or 4. I don't even know what some of them are called. And I started to learn guitar, but I'm not very good of it because of Rocksmith. I'm not good yet though.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to learn how to play.
I have a guitar that I have always intended to learn, and
Nothing.
All right. Last round of questions.
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna avoid my funny
Pick
question.
a good one. Pick a good one.
Well, if the funny one's good, then the funny one's good.
Because it's stolen from somewhere else.
It's fine. Just go with it. Go with it.
Just for fun, just for funsies, and this is stolen from Fight Club. If you could fight one person from history, who would it be? And it doesn't have to be fist fight. It can be argument, discussion. if you're not a fighting person.
I'd have a pleasant argument with Spartacus.
Is that your legit answer?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. I would honestly probably have to say I would love to have a fist fight with Adolf Hitler. Because, I mean, anything you've seen of that guy's a pussy, and it would just feel so good and so liberating. And I want to put it on YouTube. Just
It would
just
get 100
to
million
justify everybody.
I
just
would
whooping
live
the
off
shit
that one
out of
video
that
for
guy.
the rest of my life.
Question: and if you could fight
That was
one
great.
person from history, who would it be?
Yeah, and I picked
Right?
Adolf. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a debate. If
I
you
got
want
into a
to.
debate with Spartacus.
And I'm beating the shit out of Hitler.
Wow, that's a messed up question for me. I like a lot of stuff.
I stole it from Fight Club.
I suppose Achilles.
Why? Because you already know his weakness?
Hey, I win.
No, it wasn't my. That's funny. My brain wasn't even working that way. I just wanted, even if I lost, I would just like to see the man behind the myth of the greatest warrior that has ever lived. To see if he really was that tough, or if, it was a stupid little magic trick, like if Jesus ever lived, he turned fucking fish to or whatever.
Everybody turn around.
Yeah.
Turn around.
See if it was something like that just like the story, the legend precedes the actual man. Maybe he won a couple battles and was an average warrior who would have got fucked up nowadays by some of these massive human beings that are professional fighters.
Anderson
Or if he
Silva.
really was just this anomaly. So even if I lost, I'd want to check it out. Not because I dislike the guy or anything, just pure curiosity, I suppose.
For my last one, and to quote Gordon
Wait,
Ramsay.
did you answer? You didn't answer.
wait,
You didn't
never
answer.
mind.
I
Don't
didn't
worry
really think
about
about this too much, but your answer about Achilles, just to see how I fought. I'd love to fight Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
I
Just
guess
watch
it's
your ass
funny.
get kicked.
Just looking for.
It's-
Is that really a fight? You walk up, put your hands up. Next thing you know, you wake up a week later.
There's like.
You'll never be able to
He's
speak
just
again.
so fucking cool. Like, not just because from Fight, but like, do you ever see that interview with him where he's interviewed by them? That's a fantastic. He's just the coolest fucking guy, or he was. I don't
Nice.
know.
All
I
right,
can't think
to
of
quote
anybody.
Gordon Ramsay.
What is your signature, or make me your signature dish?
Oh, what the fuck? I don't know.
What are you good at making? Is what it
I'm
means.
pretty good. I'm pretty talented with chili dogs, I guess.
Like making the chili, or
Jason's like, I make a mean bowl of cereal.
are you just unfreezing it
No,
from the store?
Well, for one, okay, I steam my hot dogs, so you know.
I like
okay?
steamed hot dogs.
I don't boil, don't microwave. I
like
steam.
grilling though.
Grill's okay, but for a good chili dog, you want that shit steamed, okay? And then I don't make my own chili because that just takes too long for a chili dog. If I want to make chili, I'll make chili. But I fluctuate the different types of chili that I'll try, and I add my own little herbs and spices to it. Usually comes out pretty good with a nice blend of cheese.
Yeah. I'm actually, little known thing, I'm actually a really good cook. I don't do it often because it's time consuming and I don't care. But
This motherfucker eats out like every day.
Yeah.
Or at his parents' house.
Yeah. I actually make, you guys are not Italian, so you wouldn't understand.
I was gonna say, wow, big surprise. The Dago's a good cook.
I actually make really, really good spaghetti. I know everybody makes good spaghetti.
I heard that.
No, you don't.
Because remember when
You
Kim
don't.
made the spaghetti and I was making the joke that because you were Italian, you thought it tasted like shit?
Yeah. I actually make a really good Italian beef, not because I make it better, but because I know a little known secret in the Chicagoland area of somebody who actually sells the best beef.
Oh, Johnny's.
No. Like I make it.
Oh.
I just buy the raw meat and the
Okay.
juice.
You know, you got to do that then.
It'll knock you away.
Well,
It'll blow you
get
away.
on that shit.
And I'm actually a really good cake maker as well.
What?
Like baking a cake.
Like, I can believe Italian beef and spaghetti, but...
I make really good cake.
Dude, why, I've known you for like fucking 2 years now. Why have you not baked me
It's
a
been
cake
longer than that.
at some point? 2011 to 2013.
I don't know.
It's 2 years.
I don't cook. I'm good at it. I don't cook. I don't know. Sorry.
Now I'm intrigued. I want... You got to make Italian beef and cake for dessert.
Start cooking.
So, and on your spaghetti thing, I had a neighbor when I was really young, Italian family. The grandmother would come by and cook masticholi. It was the one thing I'd eat like fifths on. And I was a small kid who did not eat a lot. She'd make masticholi. Oh, God.
Because
I would
true
eat up.
Italian pasta from an
Oh
Italian
my
person is
God, it was
way
so good.
different than anything you
So, in that vein, and I know it probably doesn't stand up to anyone else's like that you've ever had, but I used to make. Back when I used to cook, I don't cook a lot because I live alone and it's just a waste of money for
I
me.
am too. It's just it's unnecessary.
I can't even make sandwiches because I can't finish all the bread in the loaf in time for it to go bad. But I used to make a pretty good pasta sauce. I would actually get ripe tomatoes, chop them up, throw it in there, let it sit in a slow cooker for hours on end so they'd actually go into the sauce. I'd throw some meat in there seasoned and chop up veggies and throw it in there. So it was pretty good. I won a GameStop award. As in GameStop store, I had a cook-off with one of our coworkers, and I won for the pasta sauce, and she won for the stir fry. But I also make some pretty good stir fry.
Oh, nice.
There are two things that I enjoy. Well, there's a lot of things I like making, but one of them is I love making soups. Like starting off, a lot of times I'm
from
lazy.
stock?
Either that's the thing. Sometimes I'm lazy and I was like, people on cubes because I don't have the defrost or whatever. But yes, some days I will make a crock pot, go to work, and come back and have some fantastic soup.
You make crock pots, you bitch.
You know what? What I'm hearing? I'm hearing fucking FwdCompatible potluck. That's what I'm hearing.
I honestly have not cooked anything
That's
like that in
what
like
I'm
2
hearing.
years.
And cake.
It's fucking like 10 o'clock at night. I'm fucking hungry.
I'm hungry
Yeah,
too.
right.
10:30.
I have not
Bad
cooked
bad
like
time
that,
question for me.
in
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
What was your second?
like
My
Soups?
second one was I actually really like making fried rice. Usually chicken fried rice.
Really?
Throwing
God damn it! You're making all this food that I like.
I don't know. I'm trying to grab something on my way home now.
yeah.
All right.
Last question.
My
sir.
final question is: where is your happy place?
In my pants.
I have two. One's kind of like a common response. It's kind of goofy, but I'm serious about it. I like sitting on the can. I do. But my absolute happiest place, that was my whole life.
Sitting
When
on
I
the
look
toilet?
at that one. Yeah. No, like throughout my whole life. It's like where I get thinking done, or in the shower is very similar. Just
Yeah.
you're by yourself, you're alone, you're
Yeah, I get
away
it.
from everything, you're away from
Touching
phone,
it.
TVs,
I know.
everything. Just people, bills, headaches, work. You're just alone. But nowadays, my absolute favorite place is laying down on my bed because of my dogs. I have all of my entertainment surrounding me. Whether it be video games or Netflix or TV. My dogs lay down with me on the bed. We all cuddle. It's just, it's the best. It's the absolute best.
I would say now my apartment, my couch is awesome. It's great. It's a great place. But when I was growing up, my favorite thing in the world, I went to this day camp It was run by the company that my mom worked for. The camp was called Triple R. The company was Pro. I used to sneak away during the day and go trailblazing around the campgrounds. Me and a couple other kids would sneak out. And we had made our own landmarks and made up stories about the locations in this place. We found clearings inside the woods that we would hang out in. I would love to go back to that place.
Nice.
And just, it's gone now, I'm sure. But I would love to go, like, if I could go back in time, I would go back to that place.
Very cool.
As a kid, my favorite one would be my basement. We had set up a pretty sick basement in my first house where we had a big screen TV. We had the entire L couch. I had a really big basement. My dad, he got a huge house and stuff like that. I grew up in a very nice house. And it's
We get that. Stop rubbing it in.
Anyway,
No.
there was like a bar, like around the corner. There was like the toy room, and literally it was like the best place. That's where like I used to have sleepers all the time with me and my best friend growing up, and we used to sleep in the basement all night. And currently, since I moved out of there, it's always been my room since then.
Nice. For me, and it's hopefully something that we'll get to do here later this year, and that's Universal Studios. I turn into a fucking kid when I go there.
I'm like that at Six Flags.
Yeah.
I'm like a little geek.
And I'm telling you,
Let's go this one. Hurry!
Even if you've
Walk
done,
faster, guys.
Even if you've done Disney and shit like that before, the difference is that a place like Universal Studios, especially being a movie buff like I am, when you walk into Jurassic Park and you walk through the gates like they did in the movie, and you hear the music start playing, it's that whole environment and that whole setting. So yeah, that's mine.
Cool.
So,
Last questions.
Well, that was your question, right?
Yeah.
All right, this is the white round. Finish it off. What was your best day ever?
That's rough. That's a tough one. I don't know.
Well, take your time. This is the last one, so
Yeah.
there's no need to.
Well, I could like there's like coolest day, but like it wasn't like perfect, but like the coolest day I ever had. And it's actually kind of lame, and especially looking back in the relationship. It was sad. Like I don't know, it's an old relationship. Anyway, my 23rd birthday was like the day before the release of Soul Calibur 2. My boss let me take Soul Calibur 2 home a day early, and I had sex with my girlfriend at that time for the first time.
That's a pretty good day.
Yeah, it was a pretty good day. The relationship did not go well.
but Soul Calibur was awesome.
But Soul Calibur was awesome, and the first time I said it was pretty cool. It was a pretty good day.
Sweet. My best day ever, I guess, would be probably this last New Year's Eve, actually. No, not the last one. 2 years ago, New Year's Eve. And it was like, everyone had a really hard junior year. And we were blowing off like all the steam at my house. And literally, it was great because all my friends just got to that, everyone was in that happy state of drunk. And it went on for, 5-6 hours or whatever. And before that, setting up for it, everyone was just, really laid back and chill. And it was just a day where I don't know, I probably played some games, I set up my basement, and I got drunk and had a great time. And we woke up for IHOP, that's right. We woke up for IHOP. Oh, I had sex with a girl that day.
I do enjoy IHOP.
My best day is actually the span of a weekend because it literally constitutes as that.
Was it inventory at GameStop?
No. Worst day
Which spanned about 2 days.
Yeah. It was my 23rd birthday. I got my tattoo of my dog on my arm. It was my friend Dave's band's first night ever playing. So we all went out to Nightcap, this shitty little bar up the street. I got absolutely, completely shit-faced because they challenged me to drink 23 shots of Jack Daniels in the 45-minute set that Dave was playing.
Yeah, you'll get knocked on your ass.
Got into a fight with a tree. Got kicked out of a car. And then went to an after party where Kim and I hung out until like 6:30 in the morning.
You are such a fucking chick.
Why?
It's like
It was
one of
fucking awesome.
the,
Fuck you, man. That was cool
Sorry.
shit. Fucking
Oh,
Oscar.
man.
Oscar made
I just remembered that
Jacob
better day.
fucking throw up It was
That's
great.
true, and I did draw on his face. That
Yeah,
was
you drew a
awesome.
dick on him.
Yep.
I did have a better day. But
It's too late. You can't take back your best day ever. So
It's not your
bring
best
it
day
home.
ever.
No, my bet. Yeah, go ahead.
My
Sorry.
best day. I don't remember the year, but it was my birthday. I think it was 2007. I'm guessing because I got the Xbox a little after launch.
Okay.
So October 15th, I woke up and I spent the entire day with my best friend, Scott. We woke up and he treated me to a brand new golf course that we had never been to
I was
before.
gonna say that sounded really wrong to me to begin with.
And I enjoy golf, so we went out. I had a great round. I shot really well, not comparatively how I golf now, but for at the time. I came home, and this was around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and I got to. I opened all my presents because I had plans for the evening, and that's the day I got my 360, along with Forza 2 and a couple other games, but that's the one that stuck out. I didn't get to play it. I went home and hung out with my dogs for about an hour, and then we went out, me and my best friend again. That was the couple hours I didn't hang out with them. We went out, started drinking, and we went to a Blackhawks game at night. And the Hawks were playing the Washington Capitals, I believe, that evening. Nikolai Hobby-Bulin pitched a shutout for my birthday. I got to see Alex Ovechkin play. And Martin Havlat, when he was still a Blackhawk, scored one of the coolest goal probably of his career, but definitely in a Blackhawks uniform. One of the top 5 goals I've ever seen in my life. And I saw it live. We had pretty good seats too, so I wasn't that far from it. And then
The coolest goal I ever had was like right in front of me too, and it was absolutely amazing.
And the Hawks pitched a shutout. I couldn't think of a better way to spend the day. It was involved almost all of my favorite things all in one day, and it was just the second I woke up to the second I passed out, everything couldn't have went better. It's a cool day.
Very nice.
All right, this has been episode 75, part 2. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch us next week, same time, same place.
Now you know us more. Sorry.
Food.